Chapter 1063. His aura was so strong that Li Yuhui took a step back in fear. You? What are you trying to do? Let me tell you, return my grandson to me. Otherwise, I will never leave. Di Haoyan would not listen to her. Without even giving a signal, the bodyguards went forward and forcibly dragged Li Yuhui out. Are you guys being reasonable? I'm only here to ask for my eldest grandson. Return my grandson to me. Otherwise, I'll come every day. Wait, Di Haoyan said. The bodyguard stopped and let go of Li Yuhui. Outside the studio, Li Yuhui could still feel the strong aura around her. She almost couldn't stand properly. She looked at Di Haoyan in fear and vigilance. You? What are you trying to do? You said that you'll come every day? Second aunt, do you want to lose both your legs? Di Haoyan asked her. Li Yuhui was so scared that her face turned pale. She could not say a word. She knew Di Haoyan. He had even killed her husband. Such a person was so scary that he was inhumane. In broad daylight, you don't do anything rash. Since you think that this is broad daylight, why are you still making a scene here? Second aunt, have you forgotten what I'm capable of? Or do you want to see if I'll cripple both your legs in broad daylight? Di Haoyan said fiercely. I saw my grandson back. What's wrong with that? Li Yuhui seemed to have found some confidence in herself. Di Haoyan sneered. Your grandson? Go back and ask your son whose son Di Bowling is. You? What do you mean? If he's not my grandson, could it be Yu Songwan's grandson? No, Bowling is my grandson. Li Yuhui did not admit to this. Absolutely not. Don't make a fuss here. If you do, I'll break your legs so that you'll never be able to stand up again. Di Haoyan turned around and walked into the studio. After entering the office, he directly dragged Tang Bao back into the office in front of everyone. Then, he pressed himself against the door and kissed her madly. She kissed Tang Bao until he was out of breath. You? Why did you kiss me? You scared me. Frightened? I haven't even done it yet. So why would I be frightened? And I'm wearing protection. Di Haoyan's voice was low and husky. Tang Bao's face turned red. He punched his chest and said, What are you talking about? Big hooligan. Are you scared? Di Haoyan asked gently. Tang Bao finally understood why he had dragged her back to the room and kissed her. But how could he comfort someone like that? Although the effect felt good. After all, people would not have the energy to care about anything else when they were so intimate. She was not scared. Di Haoyan was too nervous. Don't worry, I'm not that weak. At most, the people in the studio will be suspicious of our identities. That's all. I said before that I have a family. Now that we're in an ambiguous relationship, my image. Tang Bao could not help but shake his head and sigh. Why? Do you want to draw a line with me? Di Haoyan's low voice was threatening, but Tang Bao knew that even if there was no threat, she would not draw a line with him. Mouths grow on other people's faces. If they want to say something, let them say it. I don't care. Anyway, it's not bad to be your gigolo. If they really want to criticize me, it's definitely jealousy. The favor of the king of D City is so honorable. That's more like it. Di Haoyan could not help but kiss her again. Wait a minute. Li Yuhui won't be coming, right? No, she won't. If she comes, I'll cut off both her legs. How cruel. I can be even more cruel, Di Haoyan said as he kissed her red and swollen lips. After chasing Di Haoyan away with great difficulty, Tang Bao could finally calm down and deal with his work. Di Bowling's matter was blown out of proportion, but she did not want to stop it. Di Bowling had to return to her side. Tang Bao posted all the Mia's alternate accounts on the fan site. She even deliberately gave herself an awesome online nickname. Always walking the underworld, unrivaled until now. Not long after the post was posted, fans from all directions flocked to it. Tang Bao did not even need to say who this Mia was. She thought that the experts were among the people. It would not be long before people found out who this alternate account was. After lunch, Tang Bao slumped on the sofa in Di Haoyan's office and scrolled through the real-time gossip news on his phone. Sure enough, Mia was found out. The netizens immediately guessed who this starlet who had just debuted was and why she was so scheming. They unanimously boycotted her and began to scold Mia. Tang Bao was in the studio and under Mengshi Chengju's Weibo. She saw that someone had sent a screenshot of her post. Some netizens were even more awesome. Anyway, they did not know how they found out that Mia was having an affair with director Wang Zhu. However, such a thing really happened. It was true. Then, director Wang Zhu's wife was also involved. Of course, when faced with such a thing, the wife would definitely clarify for her husband immediately. After all, family scandals should not be aired in public. However, she did not know what happened in private. Tang Bao was only interested in his work. When the fans on the internet became active again, he posted on Weibo again. Naturally, it was to promote Mengxi's new film. Not long after Tang Bao posted on Weibo, many unfamiliar marketing accounts appeared and reposted her promotional Weibo. Immediately, almost everyone on the internet was promoting it. In this way, Tang Ji's homosexuality and mistress were all covered up. Only the Mia framed him, the Mia mistress, and the promotion of Mengxi's new film were left to cover it. Tang Bao was stunned. These netizens were too powerful, weren't they? This promotion was even fiercer than at the beginning. Mia had not become popular yet, but she was already scolded like this. It would be difficult for her to become popular. After all, the title of mistress was really not easy to turn around. Then, Tang Bao browsed through all the major media websites and found that they were all beneficial to Tang Gu or his artists. There were also netizens' comments below. I feel that this comeback is too powerful. This can only be said to be evil people's retribution. How dare they slander others like this? Mengxi is such a good artist. Her agent can't be that bad. It's simply too satisfying. That Mia, oh my god, I really saw her promotion before. It was the poster. At that time, I thought she was so beautiful. The most vicious woman's heart was tailor-made for her. I also heard that the agent of Ibao Studio would get a room with Xiao Shuyin and would immediately be caught red-handed. Is there such a coincidence in the world? That's right. Chapter 1064. However, Tang Bao kept scrolling. She felt that these media platforms were like her home. Why were they promoting Mengxi's drama? At the same time, she praised Ibao Studio. Mengxi's fans? Previously, she heard that Mengxi had a rich girl who was very infatuated with him. She promoted him on the internet and even went to visit him at work, saying that she would give her idol a car and a house. At that time, Tang Bao only smiled when she saw and heard about it. After all, Mengxi's charm was indeed great. There was nothing strange about it. Tang Bao accidentally saw another comment. Strange, I posted 2 comments. Why did they disappear? It can't be. We're all fine. What did you post? I posted that Ibao Studios' agent is gay and likes to steal men's mistresses. Please disappear. Just when Tang Bao finally saw that a comment saying that he had posted something bad had disappeared, his phone was taken away. What are you doing? I haven't finished reading it. Your eyes will hurt if you keep staring at your phone. How is it bad? Tang Bao raised a small face and blinked his eyes twice. Let me see if it's broken. When Tang Bao saw Di Haoyan coming over, she quickly ran away. If she didn't run away, Di Haoyan wouldn't eat her. What are you looking at? Di Haoyan took her phone and scrolled through it. Tang Bao couldn't stop Di Haoyan. Anyway, her phone was in Di Haoyan's hands, and she couldn't have any privacy. Let him be. It's the gossip on the internet. The momentum now is very good for Ibao Studio. I can't even find a negative comment. There was one just now, but it disappeared. It must have been deleted by someone else, Di Haoyan said indifferently. Then, he threw her phone aside and changed the topic. It's time for a nap. Tang Bao turned around and went to the lounge. What nap? It was clearly Di Haoyan who was ready to make a move. Di Haoyan watched Tang Bao go to the lounge, and his tall figure followed. His dark eyes stared deeply at the slender figure. From now on, those media platforms would no longer have any negative topics about Tang Bao. Although Li Yuhui was banned from the square, she couldn't calm down at all. What did Di Haoyan mean? What did he mean by whose son he was? No, she had to ask Di Junbai. She took out her phone. She called Di Junbai. She called for a long time, but no one answered. She could only take the car back. No matter what, she would wait until Di Haoyan. Di Junbai sat in his office. He already knew that Li Yuhui had gone to Ibao Studio to cause trouble. She didn't answer her calls because she was annoyed. He had lost this move. He had been too hasty. But it was fine. Deep Bowling had to go back sooner or later. It was just a little earlier than he thought. But D. Bowling didn't know his identity now, did he? Even if he knew, would D. Bowling give up on him so easily, the father who had raised him for 3 years? Otherwise, wouldn't the education he had instilled in him for the past few years have failed? Therefore, he still had a chance to turn things around. Mia was the only one who was worried about this. She was looked at strangely by the people in the crew. How did she usually treat those people? They drew a line with her just because of some negative news about her? What sister? It was disgusting. Especially Wang Zhu. She hadn't seen him appear. What did he mean? Was he going to give up on her too? How could he? It wasn't easy for her to join the crew. She had only been filming for half a month. Was she going to be replaced? No. She had signed a contract with Song Hong. If she terminated the contract, she would have to compensate for her losses. But Mia knew very well that this termination was her fault. How could the company compensate her for her losses? Song Hong was a company that loved money as much as life. They only cared about whether stars could bring benefits. It was good enough that they didn't ask her for compensation for such losses. If they really wanted compensation, where would she have the money? Mia returned home in a gloomy mood. Before she could enter the house, someone grabbed her by the hair and dragged her away. Who is it? Let go, let go. Mia's scalp hurt. Before she could see who grabbed her hair, she was slapped hard twice. Mia screamed in agitation. After letting go of her hair, Mia finally saw who hit her. It was a fashionably dressed and elegant woman. Although she was a little plump, she looked very imposing. There were 2 men behind her. They didn't look friendly. Mia was alone now. Even if she wanted to fight with this woman, she couldn't win against the 2 men. What did I do to offend you? Why are you doing this to me? You must have mistaken me for someone else. Mia felt her face burning. She swallowed her anger and asked, "Mistaken? I've never been wrong about those mistresses outside." Mistress? Mia couldn't help but look at the woman in front of her again. She seemed to remember who this person was. She was Wang Zhu's wife. Wang Zhu's wife actually came looking for her. Mia's face turned pale. She couldn't be in the wrong. Once she was in the wrong, she would be in big trouble. She quickly explained, "Sis, there must be a mistake." "A mistake? Then tell me what's wrong." "Yes. It's just like those rumors online. None of them are true. Also, we all know that Director Wang has a beautiful wife at home. How could I knowingly break the rules?" "I think you're breaking the rules knowingly. If the rumors online and the investigation by the crew can't be trusted, then what's with the video of the 2 of you in Wang Zhu's phone? Do you think I'm an idiot?" Mia was stunned. The video in the phone was taken on a whim when she was in bed with Wang Zhu. Wang Zhu was a director, so there was nothing to say about this level of filming. Mia even praised him when she was watching the video. She didn't delete it and even let Wang Zhu's wife see it. "What else do you have to say?" Sis, I'm sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. I was forced." Mia could only beg her to let her off. "Let me go. I won't do it again. Next time, you little vixens like to crawl into men's beds. If I don't teach you a lesson, you won't know how powerful I am." Wang Zhu's wife, Qiu Yin, ordered the helpers behind her. "Since she wants to find a man, you can fulfill her wish." Mia was so scared that her face turned pale. Seeing the 2 men approaching her, she was so scared that she kept retreating. She wanted to run, but after a few steps, she was caught and pressed to the ground. Let me go. You're breaking the law." Qiu Yin sneered. "If you die, it's on me." No. I beg you, sis, let me go. I didn't mean to hurt you." Mia was so scared that she cried. Chapter 1065. The man who was pushed away saw Wang Zhu and didn't dare to go forward. But Qiu Yin didn't buy it. Her husband was siding with this *TCH. She was so angry that she trembled. "Wang Zhu, do you think I'm dead? You're still helping her? I know you're in a bad mood because Meow Meow is in a coma in the hospital, but you can't do this." Wang Zhu went forward to comfort Qiu Yin. "Aren't you afraid of attracting attention? How are you going to deal with it if you get into trouble? My reputation is fine, but what about your family? It's not good." Qiu Yin was also a person who cared about her reputation. She had only hit her because she was angry. But it was an indisputable fact that Wang Zhu was fooling around with a minor celebrity. How could she let it go so easily? Wang Zhu, you're heartless. Back then, you went from being a stage supervisor of a film crew to being a famous director. Who was the one to take credit for that? If it weren't for me, who knows where you would be now? Qiao Yin was so angry that her eyes were filled with tears. Yes. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I did it in a moment of confusion. I was just venting with her. My heart only belongs to you. It's not like you don't know that. Wang Zhu coaxed her with sweet words. Don't worry. I'll keep her away from the set in the future. She won't be allowed to stay in the set in the future. Okay? Don't be angry. Qiao Yin was furious that she was betrayed, but things had already come to this point. At most, she would be angry. Was she really going to divorce? She had been married to Wang Zhu for so many years. How could their relationship be explained in just a few words? Qiao Yin glared at Mia, who was sitting on the ground. If I find you pestering me again, I'll kill you. With that, she turned and left. Wang Zhu didn't even look at Mia on the ground and left with his wife. Mia almost collapsed on the ground. Fortunately, Wang Zhu was here. Otherwise, she would have been done for today, and it was all Tang Ji's fault. If it weren't for him, she wouldn't have become like this. She wouldn't let Tanga go. When Lan Wanru saw that Li Yuhuai had returned, he hurriedly stepped forward and said, Auntie, I told you not to go, but you insisted. Brother Hao Yin is in the tea. Even if you want to go, you have to wait until Brother Hao Yin is not around. Can I wait? Li Yuhuai sat down on the sofa and continued to call Di Junbai, but he still did not pick up. Lan Wanru saw that she was very angry, so he sat down and said, Auntie, don't be angry. This isn't a big deal. Bolin will be back in a few days. I don't think things are that simple. What do you mean? Wait for Junbai to come back. It was almost dinner time when Di Junbai came back. His expression was normal. When Li Yuhuai saw that he had returned, she immediately went up to him and asked, How many times did I call you? Why didn't you answer any of my calls? I'm busy. Are you really busy, or do you not want to answer my calls? Di Junbai did not answer her directly. Instead, he asked, Did you cause trouble at Ibao Studio today? Wanru, why didn't you stop her? Lan Wanru tried to stop her, but failed. Don't change the subject. Let me ask you, why did Di Hao Yin keep bringing bowling to the castle? Li Yuhuai asked, Is there a problem with playing with his 2 children? I don't want there to be any problems, but do you know what Di Hao Yin asked me today? He asked me to come back and ask you whose son Di Bowling is. Li Yuhuai stared at Di Junbai's face, trying to read his expression. Tell me, is there something I don't know? Why did Di Hao Yin say that? Di Junbai lowered his gaze slightly. When he looked up again, his expression was calm as he said, I'm sorry. It's my fault for hiding this from you all for so long. Bowling is Di Hao Yin's son, not mine. What did you say? Li Yuhuai stumbled backward and almost fell. Lan Wanru, who had regained his senses, immediately supported her. Li Yuhuai pounced on Di Junbai and hit him angrily. Are you crazy? How could you say something like that? How could you say that your own son is someone else's son? What are you thinking? Take back what you said just now. Everything I said was the truth. There was no woman and no test tube. It was when Tang Bao gave birth to a child that I swapped with another one. The girl in the castle was swapped by me. Li Yuhuai was speechless. She felt like her head was buzzing. Her beloved grandson had become Yu Songhuan's grandson, and her love had actually been given to Di Hao Yin's son? How could she accept this? Lan Wanru asked, Brother, why did you do this? Is it because of your love for Tang Bao? Yes. Even if I can't have her, it's still good to take her child away. Di Junbai told him everything. Li Yuhuai shouted angrily. How could you do this? You brought back a grandson for me and asked me to serve him every day and love him. Now you're telling me that he's Di Hao Yin's son. You're stabbing me in the heart. I'm sorry. I didn't want to say anything for the rest of my life, Di Junbai said. Yes, you didn't say anything for the rest of your life. But if you take someone else's child away, would they be willing? Li Yuhuai asked bitterly. I'm sorry. When Li Yuhuai saw that Di Junbai only knew how to apologize, She was so angry that she wanted to hit Di Junbai with her hands. However, Lan Wanru stopped her. Auntie, calm down. If it's not, then it's not. This kind of thing can't be forced. My grandson has become someone else's grandson. What should I do? No, Bowling is my grandson. Give me back my grandson. Li Yuhuai was practically screaming at the top of his lungs. Auntie, send her back to her room, Di Junbai instructed her. Lan Wanru had no choice but to help Li Yuhuai to her room. In the room, Li Yuhuai couldn't calm down for a long time. Lan Wanru comforted her for a long time before she calmed down. When she went out of the room, she saw Di Junbai sitting in the hall. When Di Junbai saw her come out, he stood up and said, "Let's eat." It's normal for Annie to be upset. After all, she has always loved Bowling so much. She didn't expect things to turn out this way. This is human nature, Lan Wanru said. It's indeed my fault. I shouldn't have done that. But what's done is done. Let's not talk about it anymore. After Di Junbai finished speaking, he walked into the dining room. Lan Wanru looked at Di Junbai's back and felt that strange feeling in her heart again. She didn't know what Di Junbai was thinking. Was it really because he missed the Tang Bao to this extent? How deep were his feelings for the Tang Bao that he had to steal someone else's child to raise it? Lan Wanru couldn't understand. Perhaps everyone's personality was different, and they handled things differently too. Chapter 1066. During the meal, Lan Wanru wanted to ask if Di Bowling could come back. But when she saw Di Junbai's expression, she did not dare to ask. Recently, Meng Shi had been accepting interviews from reporters for publicity. Tang Bao stood below the stage and looked at Meng Shi, who was standing at the center of the stage, and the other female lead, who was accepting questions from the media reporters one after another. Meng Shi, your drama this time is popular again. Now, everyone says that as long as it's your drama, it will be popular. You're the most popular one, so what do you think? Tang Bao looked at Meng Shi's usual cold self-control and said, "It's mainly because of everyone's love for me. I don't dare to be the most popular one." Meng Shi, you're too humble. May I ask if you have a girlfriend now? If not, why don't you be with Ma Ge? Ma Ge was the female lead in the drama. At this moment, she was standing beside Meng Shi to promote the drama. Meng Shi's expression did not change. Beside her, Ma Ge laughed. TV and reality are different, but we're still very grateful that you like us. When these questions were not out of line, there would always be people who like to be unique. Meng Shi, there was a scandal in your company previously. Have you ever thought of changing your manager? Meng Shi's expression changed. None of your business. Tang Bao, who was below the stage, facepalmed. He had already told him that there would definitely be outsiders below the stage. When the time came, he just had to pretend to ignore them. This old man, on the other hand, scolded them directly. "Sorry, we were just curious," the reporter continued to ask. "Do you want to be curious about whether I'll throw you out?" Meng Shi asked coldly. On and off the stage, it was very awkward. Ma Ge was afraid of causing public outrage, so she quickly laughed. "Ha ha, Meng Shi's really too humorous. Do you have any questions for me?" After getting off the stage, even if Meng Shi's attitude was not right, there were still many fans who worshipped her. This was Meng Shi's charm. When they reached the lounge, Tang Bao walked in. Meng Shi was sitting on the edge of the table. Her expression was very bad, and she seemed to be impatient. When she saw Tang Bao come in, her expression became better. Tang Bao said, "Your expression changed really quickly. It can't be helped. How can they compare to you? Even if you can't compare, you shouldn't have said that in front of so many cameras. Aren't you giving people something to use against you? Don't worry. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, it's useless even if I say good things about you. You're quite knowledgeable. After all, I've been in the entertainment industry for so many years. Besides, if you can't be a star, you can just go home and take over the company." Tang Bao did not believe that he could say it so easily. If that was the case, would he have stayed in the entertainment industry for so long? It was done with great relish. Of course, Tang Bao didn't think that Meng Shi was thinking for her. Meng Shi was similar to Yu Lianlian. She liked life in the entertainment industry. However, it was all because of her that Yu Yinlian was forced to become a businessman in the end. Tang Bao hoped that Yu Yinlian could follow his heart and do what he wanted to do without being restrained by anything. Meng Shi smiled. If the people outside saw his big-tailed wolf appearance, they would definitely be taken aback. Tang Bao looked at his face and glanced at him. What do you want? If I go back and take over the family business, will you go with me? I'm married. These 3 words made Meng Shi's expression change instantly. Can you stop mentioning this all the time? No, I can't. In case you forget, I have to remind you all the time not to seduce a married man. After the media publicity ended, they all left. Tang Bao had just gotten into the car when he received a call from Yu Yinlian. He wondered why she was calling him at this time. But fortunately, it was not Di Haoyan. When she said that she had work this afternoon, Di Haoyan's expression did not look good. It was as if she was going abroad. Sister Yu, are you looking for me? I saw the live broadcast of Meng Shi's media publicity just now. I thought that you should be there too, so I called you when it was about time. Let's have lunch together tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon. Why? Do you have something to do? No matter what, I still have to eat. I'm making a reservation with you now. Even if you have something to do, you have to reject it in advance. Yes, the young master should be fine, Yu Lian said uncertainly. Zhou Jisen was the one who told him to make an appointment in advance. Yu Lian also had a lesson from the past, so she did not dare to delay. It sounds like you're looking for me for something very important? Tang Bao asked. Of course it's important. So, you can't forget. Then can you reveal it to me now? It seemed quite mysterious. No. So arrogant? After hanging up the phone, Tang Bao went to the set to see Cheng Ju. He heard from Cheng Ju about the filming process 2 days ago. Wang Zhu did not appear for 2 days in a row, and when he appeared later, his temper was not very good. Tang Bao did not need to ask to know the reason. Although Wang Zhu was now a big director, he relied on his wife to make a fortune. His wife's family was much more powerful than his. If he offended his wife with a mistress outside, he would be anxious. He had to go back and coax her. However, this kind of thing would not be shown on the surface. Others would not ask too much. Tang Bao had just gotten out of the car when Cheng Ju, who was wearing ancient clothes, was already waiting there. Brother Tang. Cheng Ju walked over. As filming returned to normal, Tang Bao asked, It's normal. They're filming over there. Tang Bao looked elsewhere and asked, Mia is still filming? No. She came a few times recently to look for Director Wang, but Director Wang did not want to see her now. Now, she can't even enter the filming site. He's really heartless. Tang Bao smiled faintly. For a public figure like a celebrity, the last thing they should do is destroy their own image. Because your image is to be shown to the public. A mistress is a rat crossing the street that everyone hates. If she really appears on the screen, Song Hong will drown in the saliva of the netizens. Song Hong is not to be trifled with. With such a notorious artist, Song Hong's first target will be Zhao Shijin, then Wang Zhu. Is Wang Zhu going to be replaced? That depends on how much he causes Song Hong to lose. Tang Bao greeted the director and left not long after. Seeing that Wang Zhu was in good spirits, it seemed that the one at home had been coaxed. Since his wife had been coaxed, she would definitely help him. As for Song Hong, he would not refuse any benefits. Not long after the car left the set, it braked suddenly and was only a millimeter away from the person who blocked the car. Even though it was an emergency brake, Tang Bao did not have much inertia impact. This reminded her of the previous driver. Sure enough, Di Haoyan had chosen a different person. His driving skills were amazing. Chapter 1067. Mia ran to Tang Bao's window and knocked on it. Tang Bao rolled down the window and looked at her. Long time no see, Mia. You did it, didn't you? What are you talking about? Tang Bao looked at her in confusion. You were the one who released the negative news on the internet, weren't you? You're wrong about me, aren't you? It was the netizens who let me know that you were the one behind Xiao Shuyan's booking of a hotel room with me. Why are you looking for me now? Tang Bao looked at her in confusion. She was not worried that Mia would find out. After all, She did not use her real name when she uploaded those screenshots to the internet. At most, Mia would come and make a scene because she was unwilling to admit it. She would just deny it. Don't pretend to be innocent here. I know it must be you. Mia, let's talk things out calmly. You were the one who set me up, and now that you've been exposed, you're coming to me to vent your anger. This is not good. Even if you didn't do it, it still happened because of you. Then you said the car hit the tree. Is it the fault of the car, the tree, or the driver? Tang Bao asked her. Mia was speechless, but she was still angry. Tengu, I won't let this go. Stop the horse at the edge of the cliff and turn back to the shore. This is my last kind advice to you. I don't care. And let me tell you, even if I can't become a star, I won't lose. The person who will lose will be you. Just wait and see. Tang Bao looked at Mia's confident face, as if something was really waiting for her. Was she here to scare him? Tang Bao ignored her and asked the driver to drive away. Mia didn't come to the set to look for Tang Bao. She came to look for Wang Zhu. But was Wang Zhu so easy to see? Wang Zhu was in no hurry to avoid her now. No, she had to see Wang Zhu and asked him for another chance. After a day of filming, Wang Zhu went to the hospital after eating. Ding Miao Miao hadn't woken up yet, and Xiao Yan's mood was still unstable. He thought that if Ding Miao Miao could wake up, it would be able to calm Xiao Yan down. In the past, when Xiao Yan was angry, it was Ding Miao Miao who comforted her. After entering the hospital and pushing open the door, Wang Zhu saw an uninvited guest inside. Mia was sitting beside Ding Miao Miao's bed. Wang Zhu immediately closed the door and asked with a frown, "Why are you here?" Mia looked at him affectionately. "Director Wang, do you know where we first met? It was right here. I came to see Miao Miao because I fell in love with you after spending time with you. I'm wondering if the unconscious Miao Miao is trying to set us up." Wang Zhu didn't want to talk about it now. "Don't come here anymore. I'll thank you on behalf of Miao Miao." Mia asked sadly, "Did our feelings for each other fade so quickly? But why do I love you more and more?" "Director Wang, I don't have any other requests. Even if you don't like me, at least let me act. Otherwise, I don't even have a way out. How would I dare to use you now? You're now a banned artist in everyone's eyes. When the time comes, I'm worried that you won't be able to pass the censors," Wang Zhu told her. "That's because no one supports me. Won't it be fine as long as they clear my name?" Although Mia hadn't been in the entertainment industry for long, she was very studious and knew a lot. If she wanted to survive, she had to be packaged and cleared. Who didn't have a dark history? "I'll be honest with you. Song Hong won't package you and clear your name," Wang Zhu said. "Why? I didn't offend the higher-ups of Song Hong. I don't even have contact with them." "I don't know about that. Anyway, the higher-ups said that they'll dump you and find another celebrity to replace you." Mia really didn't know if it was because she offended the higher-ups of Song Hong or because Song Hong thought that she was worthless. She would rather believe that it was the former. However, the only person who could save her from this predicament was Wang Zhu. Mia stood up and walked in front of Wang Zhu, begging him, "Director Wang, I believe that as long as you're willing to speak up for me in front of the higher-ups, you can definitely do it. I won't interfere in this matter anymore. Go find someone else." Wang Zhu was determined not to have anything to do with her. Mia's expression changed instantly. She was furious. "Are you throwing me aside just because you got me? Say whatever you want." Wang Zhu was heartless. Mia finally understood. However, she didn't come unprepared. She couldn't help but sneer viciously. "Are you sure you don't want to help me? Fine, then I'll tell your wife about the affair between you and Ding Miao Miao. Do you think you'll end up any better than me?" Wang Zhu's expression changed. "What nonsense are you talking about?" "I'm not talking nonsense. I have evidence. Director Wang, you're really romantic. You actually dare to cheat on someone who's close to you. What evidence do you have? If you don't, then don't slander me." Wang Zhu was furious. "Director Wang, do you think I would dare to say this without evidence? To be honest, Ding Miao Miao has told me about this matter before. Otherwise, why would I come to you? You dare. Why wouldn't I dare? I've already become like this. What am I afraid of losing? Director Wang, it's different. If I find out that you even dare to touch your wife's niece, your wife will cripple you without the public spittle. What do you think? Mia was ready to throw caution to the wind. This kind of immoral behavior was absolutely intolerable. If she didn't have this 100% assurance that she could use against him, why would she come to threaten him like this? Wang Zhu's expression was indeed very ugly. He thought that no one else would know about the affair between him and Ding Miao Miao. However, he didn't expect that there was a time bomb waiting for him. He would think about it too. If he didn't agree to help Mia and the matter was exposed, the first person to kill him would definitely be Qiu Yin. If he helped her and Qiu Yin found out that he was still involved with Mia, he would still have a hard time. What should he do? Director Wang, you have to think carefully. Otherwise, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Mia pressed. You really only want me to help you get into the entertainment industry? Of course. As long as you help me, we'll be strangers in the future. I'll never bother you again. I want to destroy the evidence. I won't destroy the evidence. Mia said, What do you mean? I already agreed to help you. Wang Zhu had never been threatened like this before. One could imagine how angry he was. Chapter 1068. Wang Zhu did not expect her to be so hard to fool. She looked at Ding Miao Miao, who was lying on the bed, and was furious that she had told such an important thing to someone else. But what was the use of pursuing the matter now? Both of them were unconscious. Okay, I promise to help you, but not under Song Hong. I can let you go to another film studio, Wang Zhu said. Another film studio? Song Hong can't keep me? She still liked Song Hong a lot. She had to start over in a new environment. It's Song Hong's higher-ups who don't want to take you. Do you think it's useful for me to talk to them? When the news of me helping you spread, do you want my wife to come to you again? It's not good for either of us. Wang Zhu said anxiously. Mia thought about it and agreed. If she ruined Wang Zhu's position as a director, then who could she threaten? No one could help her. Therefore, he could not block his only way out. Otherwise, she could only go home and plant sweet potatoes. Okay, then introduce me to another company, and we'll be even? Even? Wang Zhu sneered. My evidence is in your hands. It's like you're always grabbing my weakness. Do you think we're even? Mia smiled flirtatiously. She walked to Wang Zhu and rubbed her body against him. Director Wang, don't be like this. Actually, if you want it now, I'm still willing. I like it when Director Wang shows off his power. I'm very infatuated with it. Wang Zhu did not dare to touch her and pushed her away. Wait for my news. Leave this place immediately. Mia had achieved her goal anyway. Being rejected, she snorted coldly and turned to leave. After Mia left, she thought that this matter had been resolved, but there was still one more thing. She felt that if she wanted to do well in the entertainment industry, she had to have a big backer. Even if Wang Zhu was a famous director, he was just a dabbler and could not let her rise to the top. When she was on the set, she had heard that the main actresses all had powerful backgrounds and were wanted by investors. It was not like they had to have good acting skills. They only acted because they had connections. At that time, she was also stupid. She thought that relying on Wang Zhu would help her turn the situation around. She did not expect to go for wool and come home shorn. Therefore, it was one thing for her to be able to enter the entertainment industry again, but it was another thing for her to become famous. Then, if she found a reliable financial backer, would these still be her troubles? Therefore, she had to get close to Di Haoyan and replace Tang Ge. By then, it wouldn't be a problem for her to become famous, let alone open a company. Wasn't Tang Ge's company founded by Di Haoyan? Yes, she didn't need to fight with Tang Ge now. If she started with Tang Ge, Di Haoyan would definitely think that she had ulterior motives and even think that she had hurt Tang Ge. If she made a move on Di Haoyan and won Di Haoyan's heart, even if she slapped Tang Ge in front of Di Haoyan, he wouldn't blame her, would he? Thinking about her bright future, Mia laughed out loud. Mia noticed that passers-by were looking at her, so she returned to her normal expression and went to the car. As she got in, she called Chunzai Zhao. How's the thing I asked you to do? Don't worry, I'm already in touch with little sister. At first, she was still wary, but after I gave her food twice, she was willing to get close to me. That's good. She's a child, so it's easy to deal with her. Continue to work hard. When you're almost there, just tell her who you are. You can't let your own family stay in someone else's house. There's a big difference between a biological mother and an adoptive mother. I understand. Don't worry. I know what to do even if you don't tell me. I will never let little sister be bullied, Chun Zizhao promised. Mia hung up the phone and thought helplessly. Are they really a family? Why is she so smart, but the others are so stupid? After the children in kindergarten woke up from their afternoon nap, they would be given snacks to eat. Just as the children were sitting at the small table and waiting for their snacks, Xiao Bao said to Bao, who was next to her, "Brother, I want to go to the toilet. I'll go with you." "No need. I'll go by myself," Xiao Bao said and ran out alone. Xiao Bao ran to the edge of the classroom and looked around. "Xiao Bao, I'm here." Xiao Bao looked in the direction of the voice, and a smile appeared on her face. "Annie." Xiao Bao felt that the person who had been giving her food for the past 2 days was a good person. Moreover, she looked like an adult, so she called her Annie. At first, Chun Zizhao was willing to listen to her call her Annie. After all, he was afraid that Xiao Bao would reject it. Today, he felt that he should correct her. After all, the two of them were not strangers. He gave the beautiful snacks in the box to Xiao Bao. Seeing that she was happily playing and eating, he said, "Xiao Bao, you can call me Big Sister from now on." "Why?" Xiao Bao asked in confusion as she ate. Then, he frowned and said, "You look so old." Chun Zizhao did not know what to say. She had so many sisters in her family, and the age difference was quite big. Because I have a younger sister who is about your age. My mother lost her. So, when I saw you, I felt that you looked very similar to my younger sister, so I thought that you could call me that. Is that okay? Xiao Bao nodded. Okay, I'll call you Big Sister from now on. But, Big Sister, why can't I give these to Brother and Dee Bowling? Your brothers don't like to eat this kind of food. Chun Zizhao found an excuse. Okay, Chun Zizhao did not want to interact with other people. Otherwise, she would definitely be fired if she was found doing this kind of thing. Xiao Bao, I realize that you don't look like your brother. Chun Zizhao started to cut to the chase. However, this topic was indeed more sensitive for Xiao Bao, because she knew that she was not her mother's child, but someone else's. The snacks in her mouth immediately did not taste good. What's wrong? Can you tell me what's on your mind? Don't worry, I won't tell anyone. Xiao Bao looked at him. I'm not my mother's child, but my mother treats me very well. Chun Zizhao's heart ached when he heard this. No matter how good she treats you, you're not her biological child. After all, she must like her own child. No, no. Xiao Bao's face flushed red. You're still young, so you won't be able to understand. You're not their child, so you and your brother are from 2 different worlds. You won't have a comfortable life like this. Let me ask you, have you ever thought about your mother? She gave birth to you, but she accidentally lost you. She's been looking for you everywhere. She's also very pitiful, Chun Zizhao said. Chapter 1069. Xiao Bao. Xiao Bao kept running in the direction of the classroom and happened to see Bao, who was looking for her. Why did you take so long to go to the bathroom? I left some delicious food for you. Hurry up and eat. I don't really feel like eating. Is it not good? Xiao Bao was afraid of being seen through, so she nodded pitifully. After returning from school, Bao ran to the kitchen and said to Zhongli, "Tomorrow morning, make more of Xiao Bao's favorite desserts. I want to bring them to school." Zhongli had never seen someone who doted on his little sister so much. She immediately agreed. Okay, I'll definitely make a lot. I'll bring them to you. Tang Bao felt that Xiao Bao had been a little quiet ever since she came back from school. However, when he talked to her, he didn't feel that there was anything wrong. When she asked Bao also said that there was nothing wrong. However, Xiao Bao was her daughter. How could she not tell if there was anything wrong with her? Before going to bed, Tang Bao accompanied Xiao Bao in her room and told her stories until she fell asleep. He tucked her in and looked at her obedient appearance. His heart was full of love. What kind of fate was this for Xiao Bao to appear by her side? Why couldn't it be someone else? Tang Bao felt that this was fate. After Zhongli tidied up Xiao Bao's clothes for tomorrow, she walked out of the walk-in closet and saw Tang Bao staring at the sleeping Xiao Bao in a daze. Xiao Bao is so cute. As long as there's food, she forgets everything else. Tang Bao smiled. Yeah, I really admire her. Why does she like to eat so much? But she hasn't gained any weight this month. Logically speaking, she should have gained some weight after eating so much, but she didn't. Young madam, are you worried about Xiao Bao? Could it be that the food at school isn't good? Zhongli asked. Why do you say that? Bao ran to the kitchen after school and asked me to make some of Xiao Bao's favorite desserts every morning so that he can bring them to school. Xiao Bao is delicious, but she's not picky. She eats everything. I think maybe she misses the desserts at home and school. No matter how good the desserts at school are, they're not as good as the ones in the castle. When young madam first married to the castle, she loved to eat desserts, and the young master, the emperor. Now, because little Bao loved it, young master D added more flavors, and it was a different style. The school isn't that particular. Zhongli comforted her. When Tang Bao thought of this, she always felt that little treasure was very similar to her. She thought that perhaps it was because of that incident that little treasure still hadn't gotten over it. But what should she do so that Xiao Bao wouldn't care? She wanted to let the children grow up happily. Tang Bao went to see Bao, and finally D Bowling. That guy was leaning against the head of the bed, looking like he was about to fall asleep. Mommy, when he saw Tang Bao come in, he immediately sat up. Why are you more energetic now that I'm here? If I had known, I wouldn't have come. No, I'm waiting for you. If you don't come, I won't be able to sleep, D Bowling said like a little tyrant. Tang Bao pinched his little face lovingly. Are you happy living here? Yes. Then what about living in the castle forever? Are you willing? Tang Bao asked tentatively. Forever? But that's not good, right? My daddy is still home. Do you miss him? I'm fine. Tang Bao smiled and didn't ask him about this topic. How was school today? Were you naughty? No, I was very obedient. Why don't I feel like it? D Bowling asked very frankly. Mommy, are you referring to how I let a girl lick cream off my clothes today? That's not good. Tang Bao lectured him. She didn't like the food she was eating, so she came to me and even got cream on me. That's why I let her lick it. D Bowling felt that that kind of annoying girl deserved to be beaten. Tang Bao really didn't know what happened at school. When he asked the teacher always said that the children were very obedient. This was what he learned from D Bowling. This little devil was really someone that even the teacher didn't dare to offend. He actually let a little girl lick cream off his clothes. How did he come up with this idea? Did the girl cry? Yes. You still let her lick you when she was crying? Yes. Even if she cried, she still had to lick it clean. Tang Bao could imagine D Bowling forcing her to lick cream. He must be very arrogant. This was Di Haoyan's son. He didn't even need to do a paternity test. Bowling, you can't bully a girl like this. She got on you accidentally. Just forgive her. No, it's the second time she did it. I endured the first time. Tang Bao's mouth twitched. What was that girl trying to do? Why did she always get on D Bowling's body? Then she probably likes to be friends with you, so she wants to get your attention. You could try to be friends with her. Then she won't get it on you in the future. Be friends with her? D Bowling felt disgusted at the thought of it. It's very annoying. No. Tang Bao scratched his forehead with his fingers. But I think it's very effective when I let her lick the cream. What do you mean? She won't dare to get cream on me anymore. Tang Bao thought, if I were that little girl, I wouldn't dare to do it either. How could there be such a fierce person? After Tang Bao saw the three children, she was about to go back to her room when Di Haoyan just came out of the study and went upstairs. Are you done with your work? Yes. I thought you were really that free, Tang Bao said. Of course, Di Haoyan was not that free. It was just that with Tang Bao around, he was not in the mood to work. However, with him controlling T, no one could take advantage of this loophole. After Di Haoyan went upstairs, he walked in front of Tang Bao and forced her against the wall. Why? I haven't been with you for so long. Are you blaming me? Tang Bao looked up at him with a red face. Why don't you go to the study again and see if I'll blame you? I'm not going, Di Haoyan said and bit her little mouth. Tang Bao frowned. After she was released, she punched his chest unhappily. What she got in return was firm and strong. Who bites people like you? Who's the little wolf puppy here? That penance should be given to you. I can't wait to eat you up bite by bite. You can also eat me up inch by inch. Tang Bao was slightly stunned. Even if she didn't quite understand what Di Haotian meant, she would be a virgin if she still didn't understand after seeing the flirtatious look in his eyes. Only he could think of such a thing. Di Haotian stared at Tang Bao's face, which was getting redder and redder. He could clearly see the changes, as if he had seen the most stunning moment of a flower. He wanted to tease her. Are you thinking the wrong way? Tang Bao stared at him and refused to admit it. No, why would I think the wrong way? I'm not thinking anything wrong. Chapter 1070. Di Haoyan reached out his hand after he finished speaking. However, Tang Bao immediately stopped him with her two small hands. Don't. It's not good if you don't believe me. Didn't you say that a husband and wife should trust each other? I prefer to experiment with my body between husband and wife. You're not serious. I can be even more serious. Come, kiss me. Hey, don't be like this. Let's go back to our room. Tang Bao dodged him with a red face. This person really acted as if no one else was around. There were already servants standing guard not far away. How thick-skinned could he be? Tang Bao pushed Di Haoyan away and turned to run back to her room. However, Di Haoyan refused to let her go. He pulled her over and continued to press her against the wall. He pressed against her domineeringly. His shadow darkened Tang Bao's face. Hey, what do you want? Are you going to sleep here tonight? Tang Bao asked, unhappily with a red face. Di Haoyan looked at her with a doting smile. Tang Bao's face became even redder under his gaze. This person was the reincarnation of a devil. Tang Bao tried to find topic. Let me tell you something. Di Haoyan's slender fingers pinched Tang Bao's chin intimately. He looked both doting and domineering. Your son, Di Bowling, is very arrogant in school. When a girl smeared cream on him for the second time, he forced her to lick it clean, Tang Bao said. What's the problem with that? Di Haoyan asked with a slight frown. That's bullying. Is there no problem? She smeared cream on him twice. Shouldn't this kind of girl be punished? Is she born in the year of the pig? Tang Bao originally wanted to ask Di Haoyan for advice on how to educate her children. After all, she found it difficult to educate Bao and Di Bowling. She felt that these two guys were very smart, and she was speechless with what they said. Why do I feel like I found the wrong person to look for Di Haoyan? Di Haoyan, do you really think there's no problem? No, I think he did the right thing. Tang Bao was speechless. Forget it. Originally, I wanted to ask you about how to educate the child. Now that you're here, what's there to talk about? Don't underestimate our sons. They have their own ideas. And the way Bowling handled this matter was not wrong at all. It looked like the girl was being bullied, but in fact, it was all her fault. Who could she blame? It wasn't a bad idea to teach her a lesson. Did Bowling tell you that the girl didn't provoke him after he bullied her? You're right. Tang Bao was slightly stunned. That's right. Di Bowling, who was hiding in the corner, overheard their conversation. He turned around and went back to his room. Initially, he wanted to ask Tang Bao to sleep with him, so he ran out of the room. He didn't expect to hear Di Haoyan speak up for him. He felt that he had done the right thing. In the past, no matter what he did, Di Junbai would educate him more. Even Tang Bao would educate him. Only Di Haoyan felt that he had done the right thing. Also, he heard Di Haoyan say our son again. Was he referring to him? Di Bowling felt that his little brain kept thinking about Di Haoyan's face and his voice. He kept thinking about it until he fell asleep, but he still couldn't figure it out. When he returned to his room, Tang Bao remembered something. I'm going to have lunch with you, Lian tomorrow. I won't be eating with you. Why do I have to go out every day? I'll come back after lunch. Why are you so unhappy every time I go out? Tang Bao could not understand him. I'm only unhappy. Di Haoyan's face was cold. He turned around and went into the bathroom. Tang Bao rolled his eyes. He was angry again. Fine, I'll go comfort him and pacify him. Therefore, Tang Bao took off all his clothes. He was only wearing his silk pajamas. He walked to Di Haoyan, who had taken off half of his clothes. Di Haoyan acted as if he did not see him. In fact, his eyes were fixed on the fair feet on the floor. He really wanted to touch them. Di Haoyan, look at me. Look at me. Actually, I want to tell you a story. Tang Bao tried to please Di Haoyan. Di Haoyan did not look at him. He looked away. Tang Bao tried again. Di Hao Ian, I really want to tell you a story. There used to be a fatuous ruler. He did not do his job every day and was obsessed with women. One day, a beautiful woman accidentally angered the fatuous ruler. The fatuous ruler wanted to behead her in front of everyone. The beautiful woman was scared out of her wits. When night fell, she stripped herself naked and climbed into the fatuous ruler's bed. She said, "Your Majesty, if you want me to die, then whip me to death with your dragon's whip." Di Hao Ian could not hold it in. He pursed his thin lips and locked his dark eyes on her. Tang Bao made this story extremely frivolous. When Di Hao Ian's gaze seemed to penetrate her body, she blushed and stepped on Di Hao Ian's feet with her two white and tender feet. She asked, "Can I step on your feet and kiss you?" Di Hao Ian only felt the touch of her soft feet on his feet. It was as if the fire in his heart had been ignited. This little thing was obviously seducing him. More importantly, he could not control himself. He could not even maintain his cold expression. He wrapped one arm around her waist and pulled her close to him. Tang Bao blushed. She felt that Di Hao Ian's gaze could devour her. "Aren't you going to kiss me?" Di Hao Ian's voice was low and hoarse. Tang Bao's pink face became even hotter as his hot breath gushed out. She thought that he was just hugging her. It turned out that he wanted to close the distance between them so that it would be easier for her to kiss him. He was so evil. Tang Bao pursed her lips. She lifted her face slightly and kissed Di Hao Ian's thin lips. The soft touch and sweet fragrance made Di Hao Ian's dark eyes as deep as a lake. They even rippled. He could not wait to kiss her deeply. Tang Bao did not reject him. It was not easy to coax Di Hao Ian. If she rejected him, she was sure that Di Hao Ian's face would immediately turn cold again. It was not easy to leave the house. She had to straighten this person's hair. Otherwise, she would not be able to leave the house. Tang Bao cried out in pain. "Ouch! Don't be gentle. How dare you be distracted? Let's see if you can still be distracted." Di Hao Ian raised his hand, and Tang Bao's pajamas flew away. Tang Bao instinctively covered her pajamas with both hands. However, she was forcefully controlled by Di Hao Ian the next second. The overwhelming kiss came again. This time, Tang Bao really did not have the mood and energy to think about anything else. Her head was dizzy and blank. She could only think about Di Hao Ian's craziness. The next day, Tang Bao took Di Hao Ian's car to the restaurant for the date. She was still lazy in the car. She could not help it. Last night, she was almost eaten by Di Hao Ian. In the car, Di Hao Ian kept massaging her waist. Chapter 1071. How could he keep his hands on her waist? Was he sure it was a massage? No other thoughts? "If you really care about me, then reduce it," Tang Bao said lazily as she leaned against Di Hao Ian's firm chest. "Okay, reduce it. I don't believe you. Every time you say you'll reduce it, you still go back on your word." Tang Bao got angry at the mention of this. If she said to stop, Di Hao Ian would act as if he did not hear her at all and want her even more. She couldn't even say a word of rejection. "I can't do anything about it. I can't stop at all." He was innocent. Tang Bao did not want to fight with him anymore. It was useless anyway. In the end, she would still be angry. Tang Bao thought of something and felt a little creeped out. "Di Hao Ian, you're not still like this even though you're already 70 or 80 years old, are you?" She did not want to imagine other people, but Di Hao Ian was too imaginative. It was as if he had an endless amount of energy in his body. "That's hard to say," Di Hao Ian said with some difficulty. Tang Bao was paralyzed in Di Hao Ian's arms. She was very resentful. "You married me to take my life." Di Hao Ian could not help but be amused by her hopeless expression. His dark eyes were smiling as he gazed at her lovingly. When they arrived, Tang Bao immediately sat up from her terminally ill posture. Ju opened the door. She got out of the car with her briefcase and said to Di Hao Ian, "You don't have to pick me up. I'll get you Lian to send me." She called me over. It's good enough that she didn't pick me up. Di Hao Ian did not say anything. Tang Bao was speechless. "Please, do you think I'm a 3-year-old child? Let's go." She waved her hand and turned to enter the restaurant. Ju closed the door and looked at Tang Bao, who looked normal as she walked. His expression was slightly stiff. Just now, he looked like he was terminally ill in the car, but as soon as he got out of the car, he was back to normal. Moreover, he didn't look like he was forcing himself. It was probably because the young master was around that she was more delicate. The door of the private room was pushed open. Not only was Yu Lianlian inside, but there were also 7 roses, Wan Malay, and Luo Luoli. Tang Bao was surprised. Is this a gathering? Why are you so slow? Wan Malay asked. Isn't that just sleeping in? Tang Bao was not embarrassed at all. Besides, he couldn't find a legitimate reason to be late. Could he say that he overworked himself last night? She couldn't say it out loud. You're amazing too, running a company and sleeping in every day. Wan Malay teased her. As if you don't sleep in. I have to go to work every day. Wan Malay was not convinced. Tang Bao sat down and stopped arguing with her. The main reason was that he was in the wrong and could not explain himself. When he saw Red 7, he patted her shoulder. Thanks. What are you thanking me for? Wan Malay asked curiously. What did the 2 of you do? Red 7 still refused to admit it. I didn't do anything. Red 7. Do you want to tell everyone what happened to you? I didn't tell anyone. Tang Bao picked up his teacup and took a sip. Tang Bao, you just want to watch a show. Red 7 was also troubled by her own matter, but this was a big matter. She couldn't hide it even if she wanted to. All right, I'll tell you. I'm married. Haha, so you're married. I thought. What? Married? Wan Malay's brain was half a beat slower. When she raised her voice, Luo Luoli, who was beside her, almost went deaf. How did you get married? Didn't I hear that you don't want to get married? Yu Yinlian was also very surprised, but she was curious about who she was married to. Who is your husband? Don't tell me we know each other. I won't hide it. You all know him. He's the CEO of Tsang Hong. Qin Mo Red 7 slammed the table and told them everything. How did she feel? She was very embarrassed. This was even more embarrassing than the first time she begged on the streets. Other than Luo Luoli and Tang Bao, Wan Malay and Yu Lianlian were shocked. When they found out, they had the same expression. I feel that nothing is impossible in this world. Wan Malay finally found her voice. Red 7, I couldn't tell that you actually got Qin Mo. Yu Lianlian obviously understood the meaning behind her words. What kind of existence was Tsang Hong? It was simply a sinister and cunning existence. Who didn't know about it in the entertainment industry? The key was that this company was growing bigger and bigger, becoming the big boss in the entertainment industry. This big boss even married Red 7. He's not forcing you with a gun, is he? After all, Tsang Hong's reputation isn't very good. Yu Lianlian was slightly worried. Something like that. But don't worry, since he dared to marry me, he'll have to take my fist. Red 7 clenched her fists and gritted her teeth, as if she was holding Qin Mo's ass. I can testify to this. That day, we saw the dark circles under CEO Qin's eyes and the bruises on his face. Luo Luoli raised her hand. I can testify too. Tang Bao smiled. But fortunately, we have Red 7. Otherwise, the Mia incident wouldn't have been resolved so quickly. Is it the one who was exposed online and used another account to mess with you? Wan Malay asked. That's her. Why do I feel like laughing so much? Wan Malay couldn't control herself. Then she saw that Tang Bao was laughing too. She said, I'm laughing at you. Why are you laughing? Tang Bao's face stiffened. Why are you laughing at me? I'm laughing because you're actually being targeted. You're the first manager to be so popular. Haha. Tang Bao wanted to kick her. Yu Lianlian comforted Tang Bao. When she saw that Mia in the office, she scolded that Mia in my office for more than 2 hours. She even drank 5 glasses of water from me. Wan Malay was so embarrassed that she laid her head on the table. How do you know that I helped you? Red 7 was curious. She was afraid that Tang Bao wouldn't accept her help, so she didn't say anything. I don't know, but the incident between me and the Mia has gotten to this point, and Mia has also been hyped up. Even if she's a celebrity with a bad record, as long as Tsang Hong takes action to package and clear her name, Mia will be known by more people in an instant. With her pitiful face, the majority of netizens will definitely think that she was harmed innocently. According to my understanding of Song Hong, he would definitely do that. But in the end, he didn't and gave up on Mia. If it wasn't because of you, I really can't think of any legitimate reason for Song Hong to give up on such a promising celebrity, Tang Bao analyzed. Red 7 admitted. That bastard forced me to be his assistant. Shouldn't he pay a price? If he wants to have a scar on his face every day, I don't care. Luo Loli shook her head at this tomboy's behavior. I'm starting to sympathize with Boss Chin. What kind of woman did he marry? Chapter 1072. Red 7 quickly raised her teacup and clinked it with her before downing it in one gulp. Soon, the delicacies were served and the 5 women began to gorge themselves, not caring about their image at all. Fortunately, they were in a private room. If they were eating outside, others would definitely think that one could not judge a book by its cover. Juan Malay took a big bite of meat and asked curiously, Red 7, are you and Co. Chin old friends? Otherwise, how long have you known each other and got married? That's too much. We're not old friends. We're classmates. Red 7 felt relieved to talk about her marriage. Classmates? Classmates? Juan Malay was shocked. We're from the same school, but from different faculties. Then you two are really fated, Juan Malay said. He must have had a crush on you when we were in school, right? Otherwise, why would he marry you? Red 7 stopped eating and frowned as she thought. It should be because I took advantage of him back then. The other 4 stopped eating and looked at her. Tang Bao and Luo Loli did not know about this taking advantage. What kind of frivolous method would that be? It must have been very serious. Could it be? What are you thinking? I just forced a kiss on him. Then I think it must have traumatized him, Red 7 said as she looked at the 4 pairs of eyes. Forcing a kiss shouldn't have traumatized him, right? Yu Lianlian asked. And it's a man. Forcing a kiss on him should make him secretly happy. Yu Lianlian appeared to be very experienced. You should all know that I was a man when I was in school. It's normal for me to be traumatized after being forced to kiss by a man, Red 7 said. Juan Malay smiled. No matter what, it goes without saying that CEO Chin would give up the rising star, Mia, for you. Don't you think so? I think so too. Otherwise, with CEO Chin's methods, he wouldn't have done it. Tang Bao said. I don't know about that. A man's heart is like a needle at the bottom of the sea. Red 7 sighed and shook her head. The others were speechless. Wasn't this sentence used to describe women? CEO Chin was very impressive. For Red 7 to give such an evaluation, it meant that it was not easy for the 2 of them to live together. This is great. With a group of married women gathered together, we'll have something to talk about. Yu Yinlian said. Otherwise, single dogs will have to eat dog food. The others' expressions were once again indescribable. What's wrong with being single? She was the only one who knew what kind of man she had married. Tang Bao thought to himself, my waist is still in pain. Just as she was eating, she thought of something and asked Yu Lianlian, didn't you say that you were looking for me for something serious? So it's just a gathering? Juan Malay laughed. I know. You must be afraid that the young emperor won't let you out. So you said that on purpose. Vice President you've got guts. If the young emperor finds out, he'll definitely transfer Vice President Zhou to Africa. Her words were filled with schadenfreude. Who asked her to expose him in the first place that he had scolded Mia for 2 hours in the office? That's not right. Sister, you also called me and said that there was something important. Was it really just a dinner party? Luo Luoli asked. That's what she said to me too, Red 7 said. Yu Yinlian wiped her hands and then took out the golden-laid invitation with diamonds from her designer bag. 4 of them, 1 for each of them. What's this? They saw the words on the invitation and were stunned. Wedding invitation. The 4 of them were shocked together. Sister, aren't you married? Why is there another wedding invitation? Luo Luoli asked. Red 7 said, don't you understand? Getting a certificate is getting a certificate. Getting married is getting married. How can it be the same? Sister, congratulations. Tang Bao smiled. Yes, congratulations. Give birth to a child soon. Yu Lianlian smiled. Don't worry. I'm a boss here. Take it slow. After I get married, it'll be your turn next. I don't want to hold a wedding. Luo Luoli raised her hand. Huh, I don't know how to hold one either. Red 7 said. Qin Mo had schemed against her. Not only did he humiliate her family after getting the certificate, but he even wanted to announce it publicly. Wan Malay said, I'm not in a hurry either. I'm already married. Don't look at me, Tang Bao said. Wan Malay suppressed his laughter. Yes, she got married. I even attended it. Tang Bao glared at her and threatened her secretly. Don't tell anyone what I did. Otherwise, I'll kill you without mercy. Wan Malay rolled her eyes. Fine, don't say it. You dare to do it, but don't dare to admit it. Sigh. I came here today to talk about this. Look at the time. Are you all free? Yu Lianlian asked. How can we not be free? We have to go even if the sky falls, Red 7 said. Tang Bao, Wan Malay, and Luo Loli were stunned when they saw the invitees in the invitation. Their expressions were a little stiff. But when they looked at Red 7, there was nothing strange. Yu Yinlian then remembered and said, You have to bring a family to attend my wedding. Red 7, I didn't know you were married at first, but you have to bring President Qin. Why? Can I not bring him? Red 7 didn't plan to appear in public with Qin Mo. This put her in a difficult position. Of course not. Also, let me advise you. You've already registered your marriage. You're already his, so don't struggle. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. So, let nature take its course. Maybe one day, you'll love him so much that you want to die. Are you kidding me, sister you? Red 7 asked. I think so too. Who can say for sure? Just like how you didn't expect to get married either, right? Tang Bao tried to persuade her. These are two different things, Red 7 said. No, you have to bring him. If you don't, I'll go crazy. You can't let the bride go crazy on her wedding day, right? Yu Yinlian didn't give her a chance to reject. Since she said so, Red 7 really wanted Yu Yinlian to go crazy. She could only agree. Tang Bao was eating when he thought of something. Sister Yu, the invitation invited me, Di Hao Yin, and the two babies. I want to bring another one. Sure. Who is it? Yu Lianlian asked. Just a child. Tang Bao smiled. You have 3 children? Yu Lianlian asked with a smile. No problem. You can bring anyone you want. Wan Malay glanced at Tang Bao and didn't say anything. She knew which child it was. If she went to Yu Lianlian's wedding, would she be able to see the little guy? She was really looking forward to it. Who did he look like? Okay, Tang Bao replied. Di Hao Yin returned to the emperor family with a slightly gloomy expression on his face. It was a completely unapproachable aura. Zhou Jisen saw Di Hao Yin and followed him. Young master, Yu Lianlian and I are holding our wedding next week. We invite you. No time. Tang Bao go. Chapter 1073. Zhou Jisen watched as Di Hao Yin entered the office. He thought that Di Hao Yin would only change his mind if he brought up Tang Bao. It was not a bad idea. Tang Bao went straight to tea after lunch without even going to his own studio. She sighed slightly. She did not even know which company was hers. To others, she really looked like an employee of tea running around very diligently. First, she pushed the door open a crack. Then, the crack widened and she stuck her head out. Tang Bao stuck her head in and looked around. Then, she saw a dark figure sitting on the sofa. His slender hands were flipping through T's confidential documents. He seemed to be very focused. Tang Bao looked at him and felt that a focused man was super sexy. Di Hao Yin narrowed his eyes on the document. He had felt at the moment the door of his office was touched. However, he pretended that he did not know anything and continued to stare at the documents. Tang Bao entered the door quietly and closed it softly. Then, she tiptoed closer to Di Hao Yin. She even held her breath, and her heart was beating faster. She walked behind Di Hao Yin and reached out to cover Di Hao Yin's dark eyes. She deliberately asked in a low voice, "Guess who I am? It should be a little beauty." Tang Bao held back her laughter and continued to act. She asked, "Really? Which little beauty is it? Can you tell me her name?" "I won't." "Why won't you say it?" Tang Bao asked. "It's a secret." "Then tell me, do you like this little beauty?" Tang Bao asked. "I like her." "How much do you like her?" Tang Bao bit her lip and smiled. Di Hao Yin smiled slightly. He reached out to grab Tang Bao's wrist and pulled her forward slightly. Ah! Tang Bao only saw a blur before she was in Di Hao Ian's arms. Above her was Di Hao Ian's handsome, cold, and noble face. Her heart was still racing, being carried from the back to the front. The way she fell into his arms made her heart beat wildly. He was too ferocious. You want to know how much I like it? How about this? Di Hao Qian bent down and kissed Tang Bao's slightly open mouth. Before Tang Bao could come back to his senses, he was kissed and could not resist. She was only released when she was about to suffocate from a kiss. They gasped for breath. Can you feel it? If you can't feel it, I'll continue. Di Hao Yin said in a hoarse voice, as if he was suppressing something. Tang Bao blushed. No, there's no need. I've already felt it. If she didn't feel it now, she would be kissed by Di Hao Yin until she was angry. Then, she would start to act indecently on the sofa. She couldn't withstand such a surprise attack. She preferred to go to the lounge. I have something to tell you. Did Zhou Jixin tell you that he wants to invite you to his wedding? Di Hao Yin's eyes darkened. No. Oh, I see. Maybe I'll tell you later. Today, Yu Lianlian asked me to dinner to tell me about her wedding. The invitation says that the two of us and the children are going, but I also said that I have to bring more bowling. I can't just bring the two children and not him. He's my son. You cannot go, right? Are you begging me? Di Hao Yin asked, his dark eyes dangerous. Is it a request? Then I'm not going. I'm going with the three children. You're not going? What are you thinking? Tang Bao was stunned. She really couldn't tell if Di Hao Yin's cold expression was serious or just teasing her. I'm not going. Di Hao Yin rejected her flatly. Why not? No, you have to go. They're all going with their partners. It's not good if I don't go, right? You're bringing me because you want to save face. Of course not. Then what is it? Di Hao Yin's dark eyes were sharp and dangerous. Because we have to be a family. Of course, not one of us can be missing. Tang Bao's mind was working quickly. This reason can't convince me. Di Hao Yin looked indifferent. Tang Bao lay in Di Hao Yin's arms and tugged at his collar. This reason can't convince you? You're too hard to convince. Is it really okay for you to bully me like this? She looked pitiful and miserable. Di Hao Yin's dark eyes hid a doting glint as he said, If you can't convince me, then sleep with me. Tang Bao's expression froze. Her hand that was tugging at Di Hao Yin's collar also paused. Her face darkened. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Then I won't go, Di Hao Yin said as he tried to pull Tang Bao up. If Tang Bao was pulled up, wouldn't it be harder to convince him? Therefore, she refused to get up. This was the first time Di Hao Yin had pushed her away. She would rather die than be pushed away. This world was too scary. Everything adhered to the principle of every dog has its day. Get up. I won't get up. You promised me that you would go. I already promised you Lian that I would go. If you don't go, then what am I going to do? You can also not go. Of course not. How do you go back on your word? Tang Bao tugged at Di Hao Yin's collar and even snuggled into his arms, trying to act coquettishly. However, Di Hao Yin seemed to have steeled his heart and refused to budge. You promised, not me. You're my husband. We're family. My promise is your promise. No, you have to go. I'm not going. Anyway, no matter how coquettishly Tang Bao tried to act coquettishly and snuggled into Di Hao Yin's arms like a caterpillar, Di Hao Yin refused to agree. Tang Bao was so angry that she let go of his collar. You just want to do that. Then why are you still wasting your breath here? Tang Bao was about to spit out a mouthful of blood. Was there such a person? Did he have to convince him in bed? Where did this threat come from? She was so angry. However, she knew very well that if she didn't give in to Di Hao Yin, he might really not go that day. He was really capable of doing that. Could it be that on that day, she would really drag the three children alone? What would others think of her then? It would be so embarrassing. She couldn't even ask her husband to go. Where she put her face? Fine, I'll convince you in bed. Then you can go, right? Let's talk about it after I sleep. Di Hao Yin looked very arrogant. Tang Bao gritted her teeth and stretched out her arms to hug Di Hao Yin's neck, taking the initiative to give herself to him. According to Di Hao Yin, of course, he would not just sleep with her today, but sleep with her until the day of the wedding. One could imagine how difficult it was to live as Di Haotian's woman. Tang Bao felt that no one's desire to live was as strong as hers. The wedding was to be held at the most luxurious hotel in D City. As a top executive of T, Zhou Jisen had shares in the company and must be very rich. Chapter 1074. Either that, or he felt that Yu Lian would never really leave him. Even if they divorced, he would make this woman regret it. He used to be a lawyer. Wasn't that a profession that made people regret it for the rest of their lives? She had known before that men who were lawyers were very impressive. It was not a legend that many businessmen were fooled by them. It was all true. She had to admit that Di Haotian was very good at choosing people. How smart was a lawyer to make Zhou Jisen an elite under him? Therefore, as long as Zhou Jisen was involved, there was usually nothing that he could not solve. Therefore, she did not know whether Zhou Jisen or Di Haotian was better. Tang Bao looked at the stage. When Yu Lian walked towards a groom, Zhou Jisen, he did not know why he thought of himself. At that time, she had snatched the wedding. It was really a special wedding. He would probably never forget what he had done for the rest of his life. However, if he had not been so presumptuous, she would not have become Di Haotian's bride, right? This was not necessarily true. If Di Haotian really liked her, even if he had not snatched the wedding, she would have become his wife, right? Although that was what he thought, Tang Bao still turned his face curiously and asked Di Haotian, "Di Haotian, let me ask you something. If I hadn't snatched the wedding back then, would we have missed each other?" "No." Tang Bao looked up at him. "If you hadn't snatched it, I would have forced you to." Tang Bao knew that he would not have guessed wrongly. Di Haotian was such a domineering beast. Once he set his eyes on his prey, there was no way he could escape from his fate. The wedding was not the traditional kind of formal wedding. Instead, it was as comfortable and carefree as a cocktail party. There was food everywhere, and there were tables and chairs everywhere. Although it was their second wedding, Yu Lian said that it was much more lavish than their first wedding. After all, they were not so rich when they got married. Tang Bao felt that this was how it should be. Whether it was their first or second wedding, as long as they were happy, anything was fine. Tang Bao took the 3 children with him and tried his best to keep them in his sight. Di Haotian was not far away. When he was talking to others, he kept the 4 people in his line of sight. Juan Malay raised his glass and walked up to Di Bowling. "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Juan Malay, your mommy's friend. You're Di Bowling, right?" Di Bowling glanced at Tang Bao, who smiled at him. He nodded and said, "My name is Di Bowling. She's so pretty. She looks just like your mommy." Tang Bao felt that Juan Malay was coaxing a child. Even she could not tell that Di Bowling looked like her. Was this the first time she could tell? Di Bowling liked it when people said that, so he immediately liked this aunt. "Auntie, you're so beautiful." "Ha ha, thank you, Tang Bao. I really like your son, but the other 2 like him too. Come, let me take you to eat something delicious over there, okay? There are all kinds of fruit juices and cakes. I guarantee that you won't miss a single bite," Juan Malay said. Then the 3 children followed Juan Malay to get the delicious food. Tang Bao smiled helplessly and shook her head. She turned around and met Di Haotian's deep black eyes. Most importantly, Di Haotian even winked at her. Tang Bao's face turned slightly hot, but she ignored him. She went to find a chair and sat down. There were fruits and desserts on the table in front of her. The place that Juan Malay took the children to must have not been taken out yet. This meant that she got in through the back door. Juan Malay did not have to worry about taking care of the children, so she sat leisurely in front of the table and ate slowly. Tang Bao still dressed as a man when she attended Yu Lian's wedding. She could not be blamed for this. She was going to wear women's clothes again. No one would recognize her at the wedding anyway. However, Di Haotian was unwilling. He insisted that she wear men's clothes and tore the dress she wore. Tang Bao did not understand Di Haotian's intentions at first. Later, she realized that his old possessiveness was acting up again. It was as if he was the only one who could see her in women's clothes. Tang Bao had no choice but to wear men's clothes. Just as she was about to drink her drink before it entered her mouth. "This must be Manager Tang." Tang Bao turned around and saw the famous screenwriter and director Sima, he from Boiling City. Although she had heard Yu Lian mention him to her at the beginning, she was still slightly surprised. She quickly stood up and shook hands with him. So it's Director Sima. Long time no see. Indeed. Ever since you came to D City, I haven't worked with you anymore. Sigh, I'm just not that lucky. Of course not. As long as Manager Tang says the word, the cooperation will happen immediately. That's really great. I'm really happy to be able to catch Director Sima's eye. If others knew that I had this honor, they would be so envious. Tang Bao looked very honored. After watching the previous drama, I realized that Manager Tang is definitely cut out for this industry. You have a discerning eye and a promising future. Sima he praised Tang Bao generously. In Tang Bao's impression, this director usually did not praise people, nor did he play favoritism. However, after Di Hao Ian appeared at the audition in Boiling City, her opinion of this director changed. But it was okay. It was not a big deal. Although he was so friendly to her, because of Di Hao Ian, she did not care. The relationship between her and Di Hao Ian was inseparable. Even if she wanted to leave, others would tie the two of them together. Manager Tang, why are you drinking juice? Come, today is such a happy day. Let's drink. Sima he stuffed a glass of wine into Tang Bao's hand. On the way here, Tang Bao had been warned by Di Hao Ian that he was not allowed to drink. He was not allowed to touch a single drop. But at this time, she did not care so much. It was such a good atmosphere to be handed wine. It would be bad to reject it directly. Thus, Tang Bao was too embarrassed to refuse and accepted it. Dogu, who was standing in the distance, saw the difficult expression on Tang Bao's face. Although he covered it up, he still wanted to help Tang Bao drink. But just as he was about to walk over, the wine glass in Tang Bao's hand was snatched away. Dogu was stunned. He saw the king of D City's cold face. He snatched the wine glass with a domineering look. It was as if he could not be violated. Tang Bao looked at Di Hao Ian, who suddenly appeared in front of him with a terrifying aura. He suddenly felt that this person was really too petty. It was just a glass of wine. He looked at Sima he again. His expression was also extremely cautious. Director Sima, I'll drink it on her behalf, Di Hao Ian said. This, I'll drink it all. Young master, please, Sima he said. But Di Hao Ian still drank all the wine in the glass and put it on the table next to him. Sima he also drank the wine, said goodbye, and left. Chapter 1075. What do they think? What I need others to think. What did you promise me in the car? Tang Bao was speechless. I'll deal with you when we get back. Di Hao Ian's face was cold as he turned and left. Tang Bao stood there gloomily. Coming out with Di Hao Ian was really more controlling than her father. Did she find a husband or a father? Tang Bao went to the washroom alone. She had drunk a lot of fruit juice and needed to go to the toilet. When she came out of the washroom, she bumped into Dogu. Tang Bao smiled at her, washed her hands, and asked, You came here alone? What's wrong? Is there a problem? Dogu was not in a hurry to go to the washroom and stood there talking to her. She seemed to be very curious about her question. Sister Yu's request is to bring a family. If you're here alone, it means that you're still single. Tang Bao turned to look at Dogu. Dogu was a very classy and elegant man. Because he knew photography and art, his appearance was very artistic, and it was easy for people's eyes to stop on him. What are you looking at? Dogu asked gently. Nothing. It's just that a handsome man like you actually doesn't have a girlfriend. I'm wondering how high your standards are. There are two kinds of artists. One is promiscuous, and the other is devoted. Devotion requires the collision of souls and is attracted to the other party, Dogu said after thinking for a while. It's just like when you see a beautiful scenery, you're attracted and want to own it. Is that what you mean? Dogu smiled. Yes. Such a person hasn't appeared yet. Tang Bao asked. Dogu looked at Tang Bao intently. What's wrong? Tang Bao was puzzled by her gaze. When Sima he asked you for a drink just now, I saw it. That king of city in the empire really treats you differently. Tang Bao knew what Dogu meant. With Di Hao Ian's domineering attitude, anyone would be suspicious. So she told him the truth and asked, Will you look down on me? Actually, Ming, she also knew about this. I don't mean to hide it. I like men. There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe I was born with a preference for men. This is your personal matter. You can decide who you like. Others have no right to interfere. I don't look down on you. I'm just a little surprised. Doge was shocked by Tang Bao's straightforwardness, but she quickly recovered. Haha, accidents are normal. Tang Bao shook the water off his hands and wiped them clean. I hope I didn't scare you. After that, Tang Bao left. She heaved a sigh of relief in her heart. No matter what others thought, she had a clear conscience. How could she care about the mouths and thoughts of so many people? Back in the banquet hall, Wan Malay was with Luo Luoli and Red 7. Yu Lian and Zhou Jisen, who had changed their clothes, were talking to their elders. Tang Bao walked over. Where are the children? They're with the young master, Wan Malay said. Tang Bao looked over and saw the three little guys playing with the other children near Di Haotian. He Ju was there too. Tang Bao saw that the person talking to Di Haotian was Qin Imo. Qin Imo was gentle, like a professor who came out of school. There was no commercial aura on him at all. He was also a strange person. Candy baby, I did something wrong, Wan Malay suddenly said. That coquettish voice gave Tang Bao goosebumps. What's the matter? Looking at her, it was definitely not that serious. Otherwise, Wan Malay would have jumped up anxiously. There's a big piece of chocolate cake on Xiao Bao's white dress. Wan Malay pointed over. Tang Bao looked over. Indeed, there was a big piece on her chest. Although it looked like it had been washed, the white color was still very clear. Tang Bao glanced at Wan Malay. My beautiful daughter became like this in your hands? It's okay. I saw that she was eating happily and was so cute. I didn't notice and got it on my body. She didn't cry. Tang Bao was puzzled. Because Xiao Bao liked beautiful dresses, she would cry when it got dirty. She cried. Her tears were in her eyes. She looked so wronged. But don't worry, I've already coaxed her. Can't you see that she's still having fun? Tang Bao only felt that Xiao Bao was really pitiful. She fell into the hands of Wan Malay, this simple-minded auntie. But this kind of thing didn't affect the big picture. Tang Bao didn't care. However, she was immediately interested in another matter. Red 7, how did you convince that man of yours? Do I still need to convince him? Just say the word and he'll come. Besides, does he dare to not come? If he wants to be abused, just say it. Luo Luoli stared at Qin Mo's face. Fortunately, CEO Qin agreed. Otherwise, his face would be bruised when he appeared today. Isn't that just adding to the joy on Sister Yu's wedding? Wan Malay asked. I looked at CEO Qin. If he didn't tell me who he was, I would have thought that he was just a gentle professor. Tang Bao sighed. If I didn't know Song Hong's character, I would have thought that he was quite pitiful after marrying Red 7, Wan Malay said. But I think our Red 7 is good at controlling her husband, Luo Luoli said. Because CEO Qin was beaten up? Tang Bao asked. Yes, I don't dare to punch my little uncle's face. Luo Luoli was very self-aware. Tang Bao thought, you don't dare, but you dare to drug your little uncle. He glanced at Luo Luoli. Luo Luoli didn't know why, but when Tang Bao looked at her, she lowered her head timidly. She felt that if she were to compare hitting someone and drugging them, it would be better. I'm not talking to you guys anymore. I'm going to play with the babies. Wan Malay still felt that the children were cute. Are you going to harm my daughter again? Tang Bao was shocked. TSK, children, don't like me too much. What do you know? Wan Malay rolled her eyes in disdain. When she turned to face the children who were playing, she immediately smiled. Babies, Auntie is here. Tang Bao really looked at Wan Malay, playing with the children happily. I feel that she especially likes to play with another child. Tang Bao, whose child did you bring? Luo Luoli asked. Tang Bao didn't say during the meal last time, but this child was very good-looking and was not shy at all. He was comparable to Tang Bao's Bao, and he didn't seem to be someone to be trifled with. I don't want to lie to you, but I can tell you later. Tang Bao didn't want to say that Di Bowling was Di Junbai's child. Luo Luoli and Red 7 understood, so they nodded and didn't ask anymore. But since Tang Bao said so, it meant that this child's identity was very sensitive. This was strange. How sensitive could it be? Chapter 1076. However, it seemed that D. Bowling had a good relationship with the two babies. At least, he was willing to communicate with the two babies. He didn't like to talk to the other children. He was more arrogant. However, when they saw his face, they only felt that he was cute and wanted to get close to him. Not long after, Luo Loali and Red 7 also wanted to play with the children. Tang Bao couldn't just stand there like a fool, so he could only follow them. "Mommy, eat this. It's delicious." Xiao Bao held a small fancy cake in front of her. Tang Bao wiped the sweat on her face with a wet wipe and said lovingly, "Look at you. You don't care about anything when it comes to food. Your head is all sweaty. Don't run around." Okay. Mommy, eat it." Tang Bao didn't avoid cream cakes, so when Xiao Bao gave it to her, she ate it bite by bite. "Xiao Bao, before your mommy gave birth to you, she liked to eat these cakes more than you do. Now that she gave birth to you, she's too embarrassed to eat them." Wan Malay bluntly exposed Tang Bao's embarrassing past in front of Xiao Bao. "Really? Mommy likes them too? But Mommy always gives them to me and says that she doesn't like them." It turned out that Mommy liked to eat them. Tang Bao looked at her little face and smiled. "Seeing you eat makes me as happy as if Mommy had eaten them herself." Xiao Bao thought that she would give the cake to Mommy in the future. She wouldn't eat it. As long as Mommy ate it, it didn't matter if she didn't eat it. When Tang Bao was eating, he pushed Wan Malay and said, "Go get me a drink." Wan Malay wanted to say, F***CK. But when she thought about the children, she decided to maintain her gentle image in their hearts. She resigned herself to her fate and went to get Tang Bao a drink. After the drink was brought over, Mr. Tang Bao drank more than half of it and sighed. "Cake and drink are still the best match. Your daughter has inherited you. The student has surpassed the master," Wan Malay said. "What? Is there a problem? I want to take Xiao Bao home. He's so cute," Wan Malay said, then asked Xiao Bao. "Xiao Bao, why don't you follow Annie Malay home? Annie really likes you." "I don't want it. I don't want to. I want Mommy. Mommy gave birth to me." Xiao Bao quickly hugged Tang Bao's leg. Tang Bao's expression changed. Wan Malay found it strange that Xiao Bao had such a big reaction. When she met Tang Bao's eyes, she seemed to understand. This damn, was she a pig? How could she say something like that? It's okay. Annie Malay was just joking with you. This means that Annie Malay likes you. Not only does Annie Malay like you, Annie Lowly, Annie Red 7, and Auntie you all like you very much. Who asked our Xiao Bao to be so cute? Don't you think so?" Tang Bao squatted down to comfort the frightened Xiao Bao. Xiao Bao changed from hugging Wan Malay's leg to hugging Tang Bao's neck. In any case, he refused to let go. Luo Loali and Red 7 also felt that Xiao Bao's reaction was very big. They thought that it was a normal instinctive reaction of being afraid of being separated from his mother. However, when they saw Wan Malay's regretful expression, they found it strange that this was not normal. However, since Tang Bao was unwilling to say now, they would not ask. Tang Bao must have his own difficulties. Ever since Wan Malay made that joke, Xiao Bao's emotions had been quiet. He did whatever he was told and was not active. Even after attending the wedding and leaving, Xiao Bao did not feel happy. When they arrived at the castle, Zhongli took the children to play. Di Haoyan asked, "What's wrong?" Tang Bao sighed. At the wedding, Malay joked that Xiao Bao was very cute and wanted to take her back as his daughter. Xiao Bao had a big reaction and was about to cry. Malay did not mean it, but Xiao Bao. After I told Xiao Bao that she was not my biological daughter, it seemed that nothing had happened. However, she became very sensitive. "What do you think we should do?" Di Haoyan hugged her. "Take it slow. Sometimes I feel that Xiao Bao is still young, but sometimes her sensible behavior makes my heart ache. I would rather she only have eyes for food. When she sees food, she will forget everything else." However, after what Malay said today, she doesn't want to eat anymore. No matter how delicious the cake is, she will hold it in her hands and not eat it. When she grows up, she will understand our intentions. I don't want you to worry about her like this. Do you understand? Di Haoyan frowned slightly and stared at her with his dark eyes. Tang Bao nodded. There was no other way. She had already said so much to Xiao Bao. She really did not know what else she could do to make Xiao Bao forget the fact that she was not her biological daughter. Or perhaps she could only take more care of her now. Her silent care let her know how much Mommy loved her and cared about her. In the evening, Di Hao Yin went to Erbao's room. Erbao had just taken a shower and was about to get into the car. Daddy. Yes, go to bed, Di Hao Yin said. Erbao climbed onto the bed. However, he felt that his daddy must have something to say to him. Otherwise, he would not have come at this time. Usually, it was their mommy who came to watch them sleep. After Erbao sat on the bed, Di Hao Yin sat down on the edge of the bed and looked at his eldest son, who was only 3 years old but handled things calmly. I heard that you asked the kitchen to make food for Xiao Bao and bring it to school? Di Hao Yin asked. Yes. When Xiao Bao was in school, Xiao Bao did not eat the dessert that the teacher gave her when she woke up from her afternoon nap. I think it might be because it was not delicious. That's why I did it. Then did you bring the cake that you made at home to school? Did Xiao Bao eat it? She ate it, but not a lot. Did Xiao Bao eat other meals? She did. It's just that she did not eat much after she woke up from her afternoon nap. She used to eat, but then... Erbao paused. What's the problem? Di Hao Yin's dark eyes narrowed slightly. Every time she wanted to eat dessert, Xiao Bao would go to the bathroom. Erbao thought that going to the bathroom had nothing to do with not eating desserts. But every time she went to the bathroom, Xiao Bao did not want to eat the desserts. Could there be a reason? That's all, Di Hao Yin asked. Erbao thought for a moment and nodded. I followed Xiao Bao the rest of the time. Got it. Di Hao Yin patted his head. Go to sleep. The next day at school, the children sat at the table and waited for the teacher to give them desserts when they woke up from their afternoon nap. Xiao Bao did not say that she wanted to go to the bathroom again. In fact, ever since that older sister had said those things, she had stopped going to the bathroom. But even so, she still did not want to eat the desserts that the teacher gave her. It was as if she was not the one who loved desserts so much in the past. Xiao Bao, why aren't you eating? Erbao asked when he saw Xiao Bao in a daze. I don't want to eat. Wait a minute. Erbao stood up and ran to the bank. Chapter 1077. Erbao took out the box, returned to the table, and opened it. It was full of colorful cakes. Zhongli had made them and brought them over. Brother, why did you bring them again? Xiao Bao was very surprised. This one tastes better. Eat it. Erbao pushed it in front of her. Xiao Bao didn't really want to eat it, but since her brother brought it for her, she would eat it even if she didn't want to. Wow, Di Yunxi, your cake looks delicious. Some girls were almost drooling. I haven't eaten it yet. What does it taste like? Di Yunxi, can you finish all this? Xiao Bao looked at the other girls and held the spoon in her hand. She didn't say that she would give it to them. Because it was given to her by her brother, she wanted to eat it herself. However, with so many people looking at her, she was still very reserved. Don't you have your own? If you want to eat it, go back and ask your daddy and mommy to make it. Deep Bowling looked very powerful. Then, the girls who had been bullied by Deep Bowling didn't dare to say anything. They buried their faces and ate their snacks. In their class, Deep Bowling was the scariest. In the afternoon, Xiao Bao played and wanted to go to the bathroom. She hadn't gone to the bathroom since she woke up from her afternoon nap, so she went alone. Just as she was about to go to the bathroom, she was stopped by someone. Xiao Bao. Xiao Bao's small running figure paused and looked at Chun Zaijiao defensively. Why didn't you come to me these 2 days? I've been waiting for you, Chun Zaijiao said. I don't want to eat your food. Why not? Is it not delicious? Chun Zaijiao asked. Then he said, what do you like to eat? I'll make it for you. Xiao Bao looked at her and didn't say anything. She was a little flustered and didn't know what to do. Xiao Bao. Actually, half of what I told you last time was true, and the other half was false. Xiao Bao looked at her, not quite understanding. Do you know why I treat you so well? I look like your sister. Xiao Bao still remembered. No, actually, you're my younger sister, and I'm your older sister. Chun Zaijiao said sadly. You? Xiao Bao was so scared that he took a step back, as if this person was a very scary person. You don't believe me? Let me show you a picture. Chun Zaijiao took out the photos she had with her. There were a few of them. She placed them in front of Xiao Bao for him to see. Look at this one. This is your real mommy. She gave birth to you. There was also this one. This was the eldest sister. She was currently filming in the entertainment industry and had a bright future. And these are all your sisters. This is me. Do you recognize me? You're lying. Xiao Bao pouted and said with red eyes. Xiao Bao, why would I lie to you? Your current mommy didn't give birth to you, and our mommy has been looking for you. She even appeared on TV, but in the end, she still couldn't find you. It was Big Sister who found you, and then Big Sister asked me to look for you. Xiao Bao, come home with Second Sister, okay? Mommy really misses you. Xiao Bao was extremely helpless, and tears kept falling. Xiao Bao. Xiao Bao turned around and saw Bao walking over. Brother. Bao saw the tears on Xiao Bao's face, and his black eyes looked at Chun Zaijiao coldly and angrily. Did you bully her? I didn't bully her. Who are you? Bao asked sternly. I'm her second sister. I'm her biological sister. Why would I bully her? I love her dearly. If I bullied her, I wouldn't cook for her every day. Chun Zaijiao hurriedly explained. You were the one who cooked for her. Bao asked. Yes. Stay away from her in the future. Bao took Xiao Bao's hand and walked away. That. Chun Zaijiao wanted to say something, but when he saw a teacher walking over from afar, he stopped talking. However, when she turned around and walked to a corner, her path was blocked. Looking at the shadow in front of him, Chun Zaijiao panicked and took a step back. Who are you? I was just curious as to why Xiao Bao's emotions were unstable. So it's because of you, He Ju said with a cold expression. Unstable? I don't mean to hurt her. I'm her biological sister. I won't hurt her. Cut the crap. What's your purpose? I want to take Xiao Bao home. Can't I do that? Chun Zaijiao asked sternly. She could do anything for her family. Then do you know that your mother has accepted money and promised never to appear again? Accepted money? I don't know about that. However, Xiao Bao is my sister. Why can't I take her away? You can take her away. Once your mother has paid back the money, you can take Xiao Bao away. How? How much money? Chun Zaijiao asked. 10 million. W.A. What? 10 million. For Chun Zaijiao, this was an astronomical figure. He was shocked. Why? Why is it so much? Go back and ask your mother for it. If she can afford it, give the child to her. He Ju said and left coldly. As for Chun Zaijiao, she definitely could not stay in the school anymore. She was asked to leave. As for the HR department that Di Haoyan regarded as useless, they were all replaced. Chun Zaijiao actually liked working in the school. It was hard for her to leave. More importantly, she could not bear to leave Xiao Bao. She still wanted to take her home. However, did her mother really accept so much money from others? Chun Zaijiao felt that she needed to ask Mia, so she went to Mia's place. Mia was not at home. She waited at the door. Her slightly plump body made her look like a country bumpkin who came to the city to seek refuge with relatives. Mia came back very late. As soon as she walked out of the elevator, she was shocked by the person standing at the door. Why are you here? You didn't give me the key. I can't go in, so I'm waiting here. Chun Zaijiao said. Mia did not feel guilty. She did not give him the key on purpose. Who knew what the clueless Chun Zaijiao would break after entering the house? Okay, come in. Mia opened the door for Chun Zaijiao. Why are you looking for me? Sis, did Mom accept money from others? It's 10 million. Chun Zaijiao said this number again. His tongue was trembling. Mia deliberately hid it from him at first. However, since she knew, she put on a sad face. Yes, Mom accepted it back then, but I forgot to tell you about it. Besides, even if she accepted it, I can't let her suffer in someone else's house. Chapter 1078. What's the point of yelling at me? Go back and yell at Mom. Mia was unhappy. I'm not yelling at you. I just think that this logic isn't right. It's easy for us to be in the wrong. If we return the money to them, it shouldn't be considered as being in the wrong. Chun Zaijiao said after thinking about it. Return? Have you forgotten what kind of person our dad is? He gambles away whatever little money we have. He just got the 10 million yuan and used it to pay off his gambling debts. Later, the money got bigger and bigger, and he gambled it all away. How can we pay him back? What? The 10 million yuan is all gone? Mia's heart was filled with hatred. I really don't know what's the use of having a father like that. He's a burden to us when he's alive. It's good that he's dead now. Sis, he's our dad after all. Since when did he fulfill his responsibility as a father? He even sold Lil Sis. If he didn't sell Lil Sis, would things be like this now? You don't know. From the moment I saw Lil Sis, I couldn't sleep well every night. I felt really sad when I thought about how she was bullied and wronged in someone else's house. Yeah, I also couldn't sleep at night when I thought about Lil Sis. Don't you think it's strange? If that family doesn't want to treat Lil Sis well, why do they want to keep her? Chen Zizhao asked in confusion. How would I know? Those rich people are perverts. They feel better when they see others suffer. Mia found a random reason. If they don't have money, they won't let Lil Sis go. 10 million yuan, I can't earn that much money even if I live a few lifetimes. Chen Zizhao said bitterly. Why are you so stupid? Can't you see it? It's those people who purposely made you back off. They know that the money must be spent. That's why they said that. Why are these rich people so evil? If that's the case, how are we going to get Lil Sis back? I'll teach you a good way. What? Mia whispered into Chen Zizhao's ear. The more Chen Zizhao listened, the more panicked he became. Then he asked, Is this okay? What's wrong with that? Don't you want your little sister to come back? Of course I do. Then do it. Only by throwing caution to the wind would he let his little sister come back. And you have to be quick. Go now. Chen Zizhao hesitated, but he still agreed. Then, okay. Hiju walked into the tea. At this time, Tang Bao had already fallen asleep, and Di Hao Yan was sitting in the black chair behind the desk. Hiju went in and reported, Young master, get someone to follow Chen Zizhao. He entered Mia's apartment. That makes sense. Mia is the eldest daughter of that family, and now there's a second daughter. The second daughter looks like an honest person, so she must have been instigated. Do you really only want Xiaobao back? I don't think so. Di Hao Yan's eyes darkened. Indeed, it doesn't seem like it. Mia is a scheming person. She must have other motives. Keep a close eye on Xiaobao. Just don't get close to Xiaobao. There's no need to keep an eye on Mia. I want to see what she wants to do, Di Hao Yan said as he looked at the document in his hand. As long as there's anything about Mia, report to me. Hiju glanced at Di Hao Yan. Chen Zhaodi had plastic surgery to look like Tang Bao. Young master, do you really not know what this woman is thinking, or do you not take her seriously at all? Thinking about it, it could only be the latter. Young Master D must have understood this kind of woman the moment he saw her. However, other than Tang Bao, the young master was cold-blooded and heartless to everyone else. Yes, Hiju walked out, but just as he walked out, he bumped into the secretary who was about to walk to the elevator. His expression was not too good. Hiju asked, What's wrong? Ah, brother, it's you. Hiju, who's your brother? Looking at your expression, what's the matter? I heard that there's a reckless woman downstairs. This is the first time I've heard of someone daring to come to tea to cause trouble. I have to say, the ignorant are fearless. The secretary sighed. Who is it? I don't know her name. Do you want to see the surveillance camera? Brother, come here. The secretary brought Hiju to see the surveillance camera. When he saw who was causing trouble on the surveillance camera, he was slightly stunned. She came very quickly. Seeing that the security guard was about to make a move, he said to the secretary, Tell the security guard not to touch her. The secretary was stunned. No way. How can we keep such a person? I'll go and inform the young master. Do you still want to inform the young master? Can't you just throw her out? If he informed the young master every time there was a small matter, how much anger would they have to endure from the young master? Hiju glanced at him and turned to go to Di Hao Yan's office. The secretary thought to himself, What's going on? Did he really have to alarm the young master over such a small matter? However, Hiju had always been the young master's personal bodyguard. Then, there must be a reason. Then, when he walked out of the office, he saw Di Hao Yan walking towards the elevator from afar. Hiju followed behind him. Did this really alarm the young master? Could it be that this matter was not ordinary? Or was it that the person who came to cause trouble was not ordinary? The secretary also had the heart to watch the show. He immediately turned and ran back to the office to continue watching the surveillance camera. After Di Hao Ian went down, the atmosphere in the hall suddenly became oppressive. The aura was so strong that people did not dare to breathe loudly. Chun Zaijiao, who was being pulled by the security guard, was also stunned when he saw the person who walked into the hall. At this moment, there were vases smashed by Chun Zaijiao on the floor. The floor was full of fragments. No one in T Group dared to behave so atrociously. Everyone thought that Chun Zaijiao was ignorant and did not know what was good for him. What's the matter? The manager at the front desk came forward in fear and lowered his head. I'm sorry to disturb the young master. I don't know what's wrong with this woman. She came in and smashed things, saying that she wants to see you. She can't come without an appointment, so I wanted her to come after an appointment, but she kept making a scene here. Security, chase her away now. Just as the manager was about to order to throw this woman onto the road and let her be run over, Di Hao Ian said, no need. Then, he looked at Chun Zaijiao with a cold and sharp gaze. Chun Zaijiao was so scared that he did not dare to move. It was as if his body was frozen by the terrifying Yin energy. It was very creepy. This person was the king of T-City that Mia said, the man who adopted Xiaomei. Why did he look so scary? So, Mia did not lie to him. If Xiaomei was really adopted by such a scary person, then Xiaomei would be very pitiful. For the sake of her sister, he was going all out. Hello, my name is Chun Zaijiao. I'm here to look for my sister. Do you want to die? Chapter 1079. If you want to die, I can fulfill your wish right now. Di Hao Ian's face was expressionless, but the look in his eyes was ferocious. Even if the others were not at fault, they were still scared out of their wits and tried their best to make themselves invisible. Do you know where you are? Di Hao Ian asked. I just want to find my sister. I mean no harm. As long as you give my sister back to me and let me take her home, I will leave this place, Chun Zaijiao said. This sounded like a threat to anyone who heard it. But Chun Zaijiao, who had never been to school, did not know how suicidal her words were. The others, however, were worried for her. Who told you that? No one told me. I wanted to say it myself. Chun Zaijiao's eyes flickered slightly, but no matter how subtle it was, it could not escape Di Hao Ian's sharp eyes. Hiju said, I told you that you just need to bring the money. Did you bring the money? I don't have the money anymore. My dad spent it all. I can't afford it. But my sister is my biological sister. I can't let her suffer. I want to take her home. Suffer? Hiju was puzzled by this word. Then he looked at Di Hao Ian. Di Hao Ian's eyes were dark. As long as you tell me who told you to say this, I will return the child to you. Really? Chun Zaijiao seemed to see hope. But when she thought of Mia's warning, she could not give her away. Otherwise, she would fail. What should she do? Are you going to tell me? As long as you tell me, I will spare your life, Di Hao Ian said viciously. Chun Zaijiao was terrified. She did not know what to do. She really wanted to take her sister back. But what about her sister? What would happen if she told her sister? Since you won't tell me, Hiju, throw this person onto the road and let her be swallowed by the traffic, Di Hao Ian ordered. Chun Zaijiao was stunned. What did he mean by swallowing the traffic? She had never studied before, so she did not know what devouring was. However, judging from the atmosphere, it seemed like it wanted to kill her. Wait! Just as Hiju walked forward and approached Chun Zaijiao, Mia barged in from outside. Wait, young master! Mia rushed in anxiously and stopped in front of Chun Zaijiao. Young master, please don't hurt my sister. I'm her elder sister. Please don't hurt her. Di Hao Ian stared at Mia with his cold, dark eyes. He only had light makeup on his face, but he looked very much like Tang Bao. Although the others in the hall didn't dare to speak, they were stunned when they saw Mia's face. Why did he look so familiar? Where have I seen it before? Oh right, isn't he like Mr. Tang from iBao Studio? Oh my god, could it be that this country bumpkin had something to do with President Tang for being so bold as to barge into tea? Were they relatives? Otherwise, why would this elder sister look so similar to President Tang? The fact that young master came down personally meant that this matter was very important to him. But who was this little sister that they were looking for? Could it be some family matter that even an upright official couldn't solve? Young master, I beg you, don't hurt my sister. She doesn't know anything. After I told her some things, she impulsively wanted to go to the school to look for my sister. I've already stopped her, but she didn't want to listen to me. When the matter was exposed, she actually came to tea to make a scene. Don't worry, after I bring her back, I'll definitely discipline her properly. She won't cause trouble for you anymore. Mia said fearfully. She exposed her face completely, as if she was afraid that Di Haoyan couldn't see her clearly. Chun Zizhao, who was behind her, felt that Mia wasn't telling the truth. It was clearly Mia who asked her to go, so why did she say that? However, she felt that Mia must have a reason for saying that. She believed that Mia said this for everyone's sake, so she didn't refute. I think this is the second time I've seen you, Di Haoyan suddenly said as he looked at Mia's face. Mia didn't expect him to remember it so clearly. If it wasn't for the wrong occasion, she really wanted to laugh out loud. Yes, I bumped into young master outside the washroom of the bar. She clearly broke into the men's washroom on purpose, but she didn't have to say it so blatantly. Anyway, it was fine as long as young master understood. Looks like it's really a coincidence. I also know President Tang from Ibao Studio. I look very similar to her. The first time I saw President Tang, I felt very close to her. It must be because of my sister, Mia said as she restrained her emotions. You want her to go back too? Di Haoyan asked. There was no fluctuation in his voice. Logically speaking, Mia should have said yes immediately. However, if it was really over, wouldn't her relationship with Di Haoyan end after a few words? No, the longer she could stay in front of Di Haoyan, the better. The more Di Haoyan would have a deeper impression of her. I know that young Master Di has a deep affection for my sister. If we let her return to our side now, she definitely won't be used to it. That's why I want to take it slow. Otherwise, how can I visit my sister from time to time? Mia asked sincerely. However, when she met Di Haoyan's sharp and cold eyes, she couldn't help but avert her gaze. He Ju, who was standing behind Di Haoyan, changed his expression slightly. So this was her motive. She really put in a lot of effort to get close to young Master Di. Just as Di Haoyan didn't say anything, I don't agree. Di Haoyan narrowed his eyes and turned around. He saw a hand supporting his head as he walked over slowly. Di Haoyan walked forward and frowned. Why are you awake so early? If I didn't wake up, how would I know that such an interesting thing was happening in tea? Tang Bao looked coldly at Mia in the distance. One was Tang Ge, and the other was a woman who looked like Tang Ge. What kind of scene was this? It felt like they were going to tear each other apart. Moreover, it felt like Tang Ge was the legal wife tearing apart the mistress. They didn't dare to watch this show. They were all looking down at their noses. Or are you trying to hide it from me? Tang Bao glared at Di Haoyan, turned around, and walked towards Mia. Then he said, Yo, I was wondering why you look so familiar. Aren't you the woman who was all over the internet a while ago? Not far away, Di Haoyan's gaze fell on Tang Bao. His dark eyes rippled with affection. The matter that Tang Bao was talking about was naturally the incident where Tang Ge was slandered on the internet for being gay and even booked a room with a woman. With such a deliberate reminder, everyone present remembered. No wonder this woman looked familiar. Not only did she look like Tang Ge, but she was also the mistress on the internet. She had an affair with Director Wang. Although it wasn't personally admitted, there was no smoke without fire. Chapter 1080. She didn't expect Tang Ge to appear and expose her scars. Even Chun Zizhao, who was standing beside her, was confused. Big sister, what does she mean? What's wrong with you? Mia really wanted to scold this pig brain. Why was he asking this at this time? However, if she didn't say anything at this time, wouldn't she be admitting to what she did? President Tang, you must be mistaken. That's what the internet said, but it's all fake. You're also in the entertainment industry, so you know the rules of hype. So don't take it seriously. Hype. If it's really hype, why was your new drama replaced? Why didn't Song Hong continue to promote you and even terminate your contract? Tango asked. When she saw that Mia wanted to refute, she continued, Ibao Studio has a partnership with Song Hong. I know better than anyone why he terminated your contract with you. Mia, I've told you before that you shouldn't be too arrogant. Being proud is only temporary. However, you should be thankful that you're just an unknown actress. If you really become famous and get kicked down, you'll fall even harder. Don't you think so? Tang Bao asked calmly. Mia was so angry that her whole body trembled. Tang Ge had always been eloquent, but she actually dared to humiliate her in front of so many people. She really wanted to quarrel with her and fight with her. However, this was T. She didn't dare to act recklessly. Besides, Di Hao Ian was not far away. Even if she wanted to be vicious to Tang Ge, she had to take down Di Hao Ian first before dealing with her. Thus, Mia looked at Di Hao Ian with a pitiful expression. She really imitated Tang Bao's expression. Young master, those aren't true. Song Hong purposely used this to hype me up. Later, when I saw that the internet was calling me a mistress, I was afraid that it would damage my reputation. I really couldn't stand it anymore, so I didn't agree to continue the hype. After all, I'm an unmarried woman and haven't been in a relationship. If my reputation is damaged because of this, how can I get married in the future? That's why Song Hong terminated the contract with me when he saw that I wasn't willing. Young master, you must believe me. Mia's explanation made sense. If not for the fact that Tang Bao was an insider, even she would have believed it to be true. And you want Di Hao Ian to believe you? Who do you think you are? Mia, are you sure you want to make a scene here? Tang Bao asked. I'm not messing around. I came here to reject the matter. You're the one who changed the topic. I came here to bring my little sister back. If I can't, then can you let me visit her once a week? No, once a month? Is that okay? I'm not only doing this for myself, but also for my mother. She regrets what she did and washes her face with tears every day. She wants to see my little sister again. But I know I can't, so I don't have many requests. I just want you to make an exception. Let me visit her once a month, okay? Mia said as tears flowed down her cheeks. Touching, 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 touching. Tang Bao really thought that he had good taste when he first saw Mia. Look at her acting skills. If he trained her well, wouldn't she be an Oscar winner in the future? Mia, don't cry crocodile tears here. Others don't know, but do you think I don't know? Leave this place immediately. Otherwise, I won't let you off. When it came to Xiao Bao, Tang Bao would never show mercy. Why do you have to say that? I'm really... Mia didn't finish her sentence. Tang Bao stepped forward and gave her a resounding slap. He interrupted Mia's words. Her face was slapped to the side, and a red palm print was printed on her plastic face. Mia didn't expect Tang Gu to step forward and slap her. Although she was poor, she had never been slapped by anyone before. She was actually slapped by Tang Gu. Covering her face, she didn't come back to her senses for a long time. If you think it's not enough, I can give you another slap. What's going on? Do you really think I don't know? But I just saw your ultimate goal just now. You want to go to the castle? Then you have to go through me first. I'm in charge of the castle, understand? Tang Bao asked arrogantly and coldly. You. Mia couldn't believe that Tang Gu was so arrogant. She really wanted to kill this shameless man. How dare he say that he was in charge of the castle? But she hadn't gotten Di Hao Ian yet. How could she fight with Tang Gu in front of Di Hao Ian? So her expression immediately changed. She pretended to be weak and cried. I don't mean to go to the castle. I just want to see my little sister. As long as I can see my little sister, I can do it anywhere in school. I don't need to go to the castle. Is that okay? Tang Bao sneered. How innocent. Do you think I'm blind? Don't even think about getting close to Xiao Bao. Mia, I'm warning you for the last time. If I find out that you're getting close to Xiao Bao again, I'll definitely make sure you can't stay in the entertainment industry anymore. No, I'll make sure you can't stay in D-City anymore. Tang Bao sneered. Mia looked at Tang Bao in horror. President Tang, why are you doing this to me? I just want to see my little sister. Can I do that? I just want to see her. How about this? I want to take her back. I just want to see her and watch her grow up safely. Can I do that? Tang Bao couldn't be bothered to talk nonsense with her. He ordered the security guards, throw them out. If you see them again, throw them out as far as you can. The security guards had forgotten whose territory this was. It was mainly because Tango was too domineering now. It was as if they saw the indifference of the leader of T Group. Therefore, without even thinking, he directly went forward and dragged him out. After Tang Bao dealt with Mia and Chun Zizhao, he turned around and glared at Di Haoyan. Ignoring him, he turned around and went straight to the elevator. Di Haoyan went after his wife. Mia, who was thrown out 10 feet away, wasn't very angry. She just looked in the direction of T Group and sneered. Chun Zizhao, on the other hand, was very angry. Big sister, why aren't you angry? Not only were you thrown out like that, you were also beaten up by that man. Since you saw me get beaten up, why didn't you help me? Mia looked at her angrily. I can't beat him, Chun Zizhao said honestly. Mia was really angry. How could she be sisters with such a useless person? God was really blind. But then again, if it weren't for Chun Zizhao's stupidity, how could she have used him? Moreover, didn't she do a good job? She had thought it through. If she could get close to Di Haoyan so easily, wouldn't all the women flock to him? Chapter 1081. It was obvious that Tango was jealous. Looking at his arrogant and despotic manner, Di Haoyan would definitely be disgusted by it. Did he really think that she was in charge of T and the castle? That was not true. Big sister, what should we do now? It seems like Lil Sis can't come back, Chun Zizhao said worriedly. Are you a pig? Can't you think of a way to get her back? Will you only be satisfied when Lil Sis is bullied to death? Mia said angrily. Then what should I do? No matter what you ask me to do, I will do it, Chun Zizhao said. Mia looked at Chun Zizhao. Although Chun Zizhao had always been rustic, he was still useful. If you really want to get Lil Sis back, use your brain. Unless you don't want Lil Sis to come back. Of course not. I will think of a way. Mia snorted. She really did not dare to do anything now. If Tangu really forced her out of the city, it would be troublesome. However, with Chun Zizhao around, there was no need for her to do anything. So, she said that on purpose. Then do I have to stay at your place now? Chun Zizhao asked. It's not convenient for me. But don't you have 3 rooms? Chun Zizhao asked. Don't you understand that it's not convenient? You have money. Go rent a room yourself. But the houses here are so expensive. I can't afford it, Chun Zizhao said. If you can't afford it, then find a cheaper one. You can't expect me to do such a small thing, right? You can live the way you used to live now, Mia said and turned around to leave. Chun Zizhao was left standing there alone. She was unemployed and had to spend money to find a house. The city she used to live in could not compare to the city of the gods. The cost of living was not at the same level. Everything was so expensive. She didn't understand why Mia didn't let her stay in the extra room. But now, she couldn't think of anything else. She just wanted her little sister to go home. As long as she could bring her little sister home, then she could leave this bustling city. After Tang Bao returned to her office, she heard steady footsteps behind her. She was so angry that she turned around and was about to glare at Di Haoyan when he hugged her tightly. Tang Bao raised his head and looked up. Let go of my hand. Is this an order? Yes, I'm ordering you. How dare you? Di Haoyan's voice was low and hoarse as he kissed her hard on the lips. Oh, don't kiss me. Tang Bao dodged. Her 2 small hands pressed against Di Haoyan's sturdy chest and punched him. Why not? I want to kiss her. What should I do? Go kiss that Mia. Tang Bao glared at him angrily. Are you jealous? Di Haoyan pretended not to know. I'm not jealous. You're the one who went to see Mia behind my back. What do you mean by second meeting? How many times do you want to see her? Tang Bao asked fiercely. Di Haoyan's dark eyes looked at a certain someone throwing a tantrum. It made his heart warm up. She looked so cute when she threw a tantrum. What are you looking at? Tell me, why did you go to see Mia behind my back? Bao, your waist doesn't hurt anymore? You've recovered so quickly? Did my skills deteriorate? Di Haoyan frowned slightly and asked. Tang Bao's face turned red. Her whole body was hot from Di Hao Yan's hug. I'm asking you a serious question. Why did you go to see Mia? Do you need to ask about something as trivial as tea? Maybe it's because of her face. What? You. Tang Bao was so angry that she gritted her teeth. Do you believe I'll bite you to death? I do. Bao's little mouth is the best. She can bite without letting go and make her husband feel like dying, Di Hao Yan said in a hoarse voice. Tang Bao's head was dizzy from his shameless words. The bite he was talking about was definitely different from hers. Tang Bao said with a fake smile, "Yes, I'll make you feel like dying right now." With that, she bit Di Hao Yan's chest. Di Hao Yan gasped but still allowed her to bite. "Bao, does your tooth hurt?" "I like it. Continue biting." Di Hao Yan did not say anything and just let her bite. Anyway, it was his body that hurt and his heart that felt sweet. Tang Bao bit for a while and thought, is Di Hao Yan a masochist? Why doesn't he make a sound when she bites him? Why doesn't he push her away and hug her so tightly? She didn't want to admit defeat, but her teeth were sore, okay? Were the muscles on Di Hao Yan's chest really that easy to bite? Her gums were sore at first, but she endured it. Later on, it hurt so much that her teeth were chattering. Tang Bao, who couldn't take it anymore, let go and pushed Di Hao Yan away angrily. She turned around and slumped on the sofa, not wanting to talk to Di Hao Yan anymore. Bao wants to have a Cold War. There were still teeth marks from Tang Bao's saliva on Di Hao Yan's shirt. It looked like a small badge and was very cute. Di Hao Yan walked to his desk and took out his cell phone to make a call. "Are you done? Hurry up." Tang Bao's ears perked up. Who was Di Hao Yan talking to? Could it be that he was making afternoon tea for her? Tang Bao felt a sweetness in her heart, but she didn't show it. She couldn't lose her backbone because of food. Who asked Di Hao Yan to go and meet that Mia? Just because she looked like her, did she think she could mislead others? She was unhappy, very unhappy. When Di Hao Yan sat down beside her, she immediately questioned him. "Can't you tell that Mia was trying to attract your attention?" "I know. Then why did you go and meet her?" "Di Hao Yan, did you meet her because you think she's pretty?" Tang Bao looked like she was ready to show off her power. Di Hao Yan narrowed his eyes and looked at her dangerously. "Bao, if you say that again, I'll make sure you can't get out of bed from now on. Do I look like I'm interested in other people when I'm in bed?" Tang Bao's face turned red. Why did he have to use this kind of thing to prove it? Was there nothing else? "How about this? I'll find a pair of chastity pants to wear and take them off in front of you. What do you think?" "You? What nonsense are you talking about?" Tang Bao was so shocked that her voice was trembling. How did he think of that? She was scared to death. "I'm not talking nonsense. I'm just thinking that it's not a bad idea to let you wear it." Tang Bao stood up in shock. "I don't want to wear it. Don't even think about it." Why did she have a feeling that she was digging a hole for herself? If Di Hao Yan really had such a ridiculous idea, he would definitely do it for real. Di Hao Yan grabbed her wrist and exerted a little force. Tang Bao fell onto him intimately. "What's wrong? Are you scared?" Chapter 1082. Di Hao Yan's dark eyes rippled with a doting smile. He looked at her deeply and explained, "Did you see the woman beside Mia? How much did you hear when you went downstairs?" Di Hao Yan asked. "Just from a second time you said you met her." Tang Bao was unhappy. Saying such things to Mia, did it mean that he had a deep impression of her? "Be good, don't be angry. Wait for hubby to finish before you punish hubby, okay? Then tell me, who is that woman?" "She's also Xiao Bao's biological sister." "What? Why is there another one?" Tang Bao was surprised. She even went to the school and worked in the school cafeteria to get close to Xiao Bao. "Didn't you notice that Xiao Bao has been too quiet recently? I went to investigate and found this person. After she left the school, she went straight to Mia. I wanted to know what they were doing. Today, I found out that this woman might have been plotted against by Mia." Di Hao Yan's dark eyes were sharp. "That's very possible. When I looked at that woman, her eyes were definitely not as scheming as Mia's. She looked like an honest person. It's normal for her to be used by Mia. I didn't expect Xiao Bao to be so quiet because she met that woman in school. That means that she must have said something to Xiao Bao. Di Hao Ian, why do you think that there's something going on in school? You're too unpredictable, aren't you? It's impossible for you to do bad things under your husband's nose. Di Hao Ian pinched her chin and said domineeringly, there's nothing to hide about this. Anyway, almost everyone knows that Xiao Bao is not my biological daughter. If someone wants to sow discord between us, it's easy to do so. The main problem is Xiao Bao herself. I never knew that she was so sensitive. Tang Bao said in annoyance. It's okay. This is what she needs to bear. But she can't leave you. As long as she doesn't want to leave you, no one can take her away. What do you think? Di Haoqian asked. Tang Bao nodded. Xiao Bao doesn't want to leave her. She's especially nervous. She was so anxious about Wan Malay that day. The phone on the coffee table rang. Tang Bao looked. It was Wan Malay. Speak of the devil. Tang Bao left Di Haoqian's body and answered the phone. What's wrong? Baby, how's Xiao Bao now? Is she okay? I know you want to ask me this. How many times have you called her? Aren't I worried? Tell me, why would I bring that up for no reason? I'm so silly. It's not good if you keep thinking that Xiao Bao isn't my biological daughter. It's not your fault. Xiao Bao is fine now, Tang Bao said. That's good. I'm so nervous now that I don't even dare to let Xiao Bao see me. Do you think she'll be traumatized when she sees me? Wan Malay asked worriedly. You're overthinking it. How is this overthinking it? Isn't it? Xiao Bao is too sensitive. I'm really afraid that she'll avoid me when she sees me. Wan Malay sighed. Look at what I've done. Actually, even without you, Xiao Bao would still be like this. What do you mean? Have you forgotten about Xiao Bao's family? Don't tell me they're here again. More or less. Then what should we do? Just send them away. Wan Malay said. If only it were that simple, Tang Bao said. Mia was a scheming and ambitious woman. How could she be willing to be chased out of the capital? She had put in a lot of effort to come to the capital. Even getting close to her took a lot of effort. Then, in order to enter the entertainment industry, she was willing to sleep with Wang Zhu. Would such a person be simple? She would definitely do anything. Di Hao Ian listened to Tang Bao's words on the phone to Wan Malay. His face was cold and dark, and there was a deep ruthlessness in his dark eyes. He couldn't do anything to her. Was the king of the capital just a title? However, he was curious about one thing. Why did Mia undergo plastic surgery to look like Tang Bao and not someone else? There were so many good-looking women. Why did she look like Tang Bao? Others might think that she underwent plastic surgery to look like Tang Ge. Why would she undergo plastic surgery to look like a man? That made even less sense. The next afternoon, Tang Bao went to Chengju's set to take a look. When he arrived, he saw that they were filming. It was Chengju and another actress. Tang Bao had been here a few times, but had never seen this person. That meant that she was the actress who had taken over the role of Mia. She seemed to be a newcomer because Tang Bao had never seen her face before. Her looks were not bad. Although there was a slight difference between her and Mia's face. Mia's face had undergone plastic surgery after all. Although she was pretty, she did not look so natural. This female celebrity did not seem to have undergone plastic surgery. She looked delicate and pretty, very natural. After Chengju finished filming, she saw Tang Bao and hurried over. Brother Tang, why are you here? I'm here to see you. Tang Bao glanced over. Is the actress acting with you new? Yes. The one who replaced Mia? How is she? She's Meng Shi's younger sister. Tang Bao was stunned. Younger sister? Meng Shi mentioned her to me before. What's her name again? Chun Yao. I didn't know at first. She was the one who told me. Yes, that's the name. Didn't Meng Shi say that he wouldn't let her enter the entertainment industry? Tang Bao asked. Then he said, Meng Shi definitely doesn't know that this girl put in a lot of effort to enter the entertainment industry. With Meng Shi's family background, it's not difficult to surpass him, Cheng Ju said. What's her personality like? Cheng Ju hesitated for a moment and said, she has a bit of a Missy's temper. Is that what you mean by Missy's temper? I think it's more than just a little, right? Tang Bao knew Cheng Ju too well. She'll say some sarcastic words, but I'll just listen to her. She'll say what she wants. Besides, no matter what, she's Meng Shi's younger sister. I won't have anything to do with her, Cheng Ju said calmly. Tang Bao laughed. The two of you are really like enemies. Enemies? Cheng Ju asked, not quite understanding. Tang Bao raised his eyebrows slightly. Fine, even enemies couldn't understand. How low was her EQ? If a man had a crush on her, he would probably have a crush on her until the end of time. Tang Bao didn't explain the meaning of enemies to Cheng Ju because he saw Chun Yao walking over with a smile on her face. When Chun Yao walked over and saw Tang Bao's face, she blushed. She didn't expect Meng Shi's manager to be even more handsome than what she saw on the internet. Hello, my name is Chun Yao. Meng Shi is my brother. Chun Yao reached out her hand. Chapter 1083. I know. I follow you on the internet every day. You're my brother's manager, Tang Ge. I know you very well. Chun Yao was very proud of herself. Tang Bao wanted to withdraw his hand, but realized that Chun Yao was still holding it. Chun Yao seemed to realize that she had been holding his hand for too long and quickly let go in embarrassment. Does your brother know that you're filming? Tang Bao asked. He doesn't know. I haven't told him yet. I want to give him a surprise. Tang Bao smiled, but in his heart, he was thinking that it would be better if they didn't make a scene. Seriously, if I didn't enter the entertainment industry behind my brother's back, I would have asked you to be my manager. But it's okay. After I settle my brother, I'll be your artist, Chun Yao said confidently. I think you won't be able to settle your brother. I won't, Manager Tang. Don't worry. By the way, can I call you by your name? Calling him Agent Tang sounded so distant. Why don't I call you Tang Ge? Who's close to you? Tang Bao smiled. Sure, it doesn't matter. Then, Tang Ge, can I have your contact information? Chun Yao asked. How about this? After you settle your brother, contact me. I still have something to do, so I'll leave first. Tang Bao left after saying that. Chun Yao looked at the car leaving and said anxiously, seriously, he only stayed for a short while. I wanted to treat him to a meal. Cheng Ju looked at Chun Yao silently. Without saying anything, she turned around and walked towards the set. Cheng Ju, stop right there. Chun Yao angrily blocked Cheng Ju's path. Miss Chun, what's wrong? Cheng Ju looked at her angry face and was puzzled. Did you say something bad about me in front of Tang Ge? Is it necessary? Of course it's necessary. Do you like Tang Ge? You think that I'm prettier than you, so you're jealous, right? Cheng Ju thought that this person's imagination was ridiculous. Why aren't you saying anything? Did I hit the nail on the head? Miss Chun, I think you've misunderstood. I'm more introverted and won't speak ill of others. In the entertainment industry, there are many two-faced people like you. I just joined the cast, so don't treat me like a newbie. I'm not a pushover. If I find out that you badmouth me in front of Tang Ge and my brother, I won't forgive you. Oomph. Chun Yao warned, then turned and left. Cheng Ju had never met such a self-righteous woman. She was really Meng Shi's younger sister. They were all about the same. When he first met Meng Shi, he was also so annoying. Cheng Ju took out his phone and sent a text message to Meng Shi. Your sister, Chun Yao, is filming in my crew. After that, he walked into the set expressionlessly. She wouldn't talk behind someone's back, but that didn't mean she wouldn't tell Monzi about it. Chun Yao's attitude made her uncomfortable, so she felt at ease. More than an hour later, Meng Shi rushed to the set. When he saw Chun Yao, who was touching up her makeup, he went forward and pulled her over. Chun Yao was shocked, and when she saw the person's face clearly, she couldn't believe it. He dragged her all the way out of the set before letting go of Chun Yao's hand. What are you doing here? Filming. Who asked you to come? Meng Shi was furious. Brother, aren't you too domineering? Why can't I come? It's always been my dream to enter the entertainment industry. You can dream, but don't even think about it. Meng Shi pushed her. Get lost. I won't. If you dare to tell me to get lost, I won't let you have it easy. I'll turn your world upside down. If you don't believe me, just wait and see. Meng Shi was so angry that the veins on his forehead were popping. He wanted to slap her to death. Brother, you're a strange person. Why can you enter the entertainment industry, but I can't? Because when I see you, I think of your mother. That be asterisk TCH. She makes me vomit. Chun Yao was not angry that her mother was called a B asterisk TCH. Oh, I see. Then I'll just avoid you in the future. It had to be said that Chun Yao had a serious temper and was a little simple-minded. Chun Yao thought of something and tugged at Meng Shi. Brother, I saw your agent. He's really good-looking. How can he be better looking than a woman like me? Meng Shi knew that Chun Yao had many problems and couldn't stand people who were better looking than her. No matter what, she would find something to embarrass the other party, and she would never admit that others were better looking than her. Now, she was saying that Tang Gu was better looking than her. What did she mean? What do you want? Meng Shi's face turned cold. What do you mean, what do I want? I'm just saying that he's good looking. What's wrong with that? Brother, I have to say that you're not a good person, but you have a good eye for an agent. Chun Yao, I'm warning you. I can pretend that I didn't see you coming to the entertainment industry, but if you have any ideas about my agent and I find out, you'd better be careful. After Meng Shi warned her, he didn't look at her anymore and turned to walk towards Chengju. Chengju looked at his pale face and didn't say anything. Help me keep an eye on her. If she does anything out of line, tell me. What's out of line? Don't let her tell others that I'm her brother. If she does, you'll have to explain it to others. That's not very good, is it? This is your family matter. What does it have to do with me? Chengju frowned. How is it none of your business? If I'm in a bad mood, I'll settle the score with you. Aren't you just causing trouble for me? If she causes trouble for you, tell me. Don't worry, I'll protect you. With that, Meng Shi left. Meng Shi was his stage name in the entertainment industry, so his surname was Chun. If Meng Shi was asked what his real name was, he would definitely say that he had forgotten it. Although he was a rich second-generation heir, he hated his family very much. Moreover, Chun Yao had been around even before his parents got divorced. In other words, his father had an affair behind his mother's back and even had an illegitimate child. And this mother and daughter pair didn't feel that their identities were shameful at all. They actually dared to take it for granted. Those who didn't know better would think that Meng Shi was the illegitimate child. Not long after Tang Bao returned to the studio, Meng Shi followed closely behind and sat down in front of her with a dark expression. Tang Bao was going out in the afternoon. Coincidentally, Di Haoyan was also out to deal with Ti's affairs. Otherwise, she wouldn't have appeared in the studio now. She would be in Ti, and Meng Shi wouldn't be able to find her. What's wrong with your expression? Although Tang Bao asked this, she had already guessed it in her heart. Chun Yao is here. You should know that she's the daughter of my father's woman. I'm not in charge of the crew. Chapter 1084. That's someone else's company's decision. Do you think it's okay for me to get involved? What's wrong with that? In the entertainment industry, whoever has more resources is awesome. Why do you care so much? Meng Shi's face was cold. Meng Shi, even if I get Chun Yao out of Song Hong, won't she find another place? Tang Bao asked. If you don't do it, I'll do it. Don't say that I'm causing trouble for you again. Don't cause trouble for me. All right, I'll go and say hello. Tang Bao gave in. She couldn't do anything about Meng Shi's temper. It was better for her to say it. After all, she was just an agent and wouldn't be noticed. Meng Shi was different. If someone found out that he was bullying a newcomer behind his back, it would definitely be another bloody storm. After all, there were so many people who were jealous of him. Then call the person in charge of Tsang Hong now. Meng Shi moved his body with his chair and moved closer to Tang Bao. I'll say it now. I don't want to see that woman for even a moment. Tang Bao had no choice but to take out his phone and call Zhao Shijin. After picking up, he stood up and said, Hello, President Zhao. I have something to ask you. There's an artiste in the crew called Chun Yao. Meng Shi watched Tang Bao walk out and then sat down on the chair that Tang Bao was sitting in. The chair was still warm. It was the warmth left by Tang Gu and the warmth of his butt. It made Meng Shi's heart burn. After a while, he warmed up and Tang Gu sat down again. This feeling made his body even hotter and his mouth a little dry. His reaction, if not liking Tang Gu, what was it? When had he ever felt this way when sitting in a chair that someone else had sat in? Moreover, even women didn't give him such a deep feeling in the past. He was afraid that he had fallen for Tang Ge, even if he knew that she already had a man. But it didn't affect his liking for her at all. However, there was something that he was especially suspicious about. Did Tang Ge really get married? Could it be that she said that on purpose to distance herself from him? Did she teach her Bao to say that? He felt that it was very possible. When Tang Bao came back from the phone call, he met Meng Shi's black eyes and felt that there was something wrong with his gaze. It was fiery? Just because she helped him get rid of Chun Yao? You don't have to thank me. This is what I should do as an agent. If there's nothing else, you can leave now. Tang Bao chased him away. She didn't want Di Hao Yin to come back and see Meng Shi here. Although he was his artist, Di Hao Yin didn't care about that at all. Anyway, as long as it was a man, they would provoke him. Now, Meng Shi was excited because of her inner thoughts. She was not angry at Tang Bao's eviction order. Her two bright eyes kept staring at her. What are you looking at? Tang Bao frowned. Meng Shi stood up and pulled Tang Bao to a chair. Seeing her sitting on the chair that he had just sat on, he was even more excited. Tang Ge, here's what I was thinking. Since you're married to the king of D City, can you show me your marriage certificate? I want to see if the photos on your marriage certificate look good. Tang Bao looked at him strangely. Why did she suddenly make such a request? Moreover, she didn't come in to ask about Chun Yao after the phone call, but asked for her marriage certificate. What was wrong with her again? Tang Bao ignored him and said, I've already told Zhao Shijin not to let Chun Yao take photos. It's really interesting. First, it's Mia, and now it's Chun Yao. Strange, is this role toxic? Tang Ge, are you changing the topic? Meng Shi's face darkened as she asked coldly. Weren't you the one who came to ask me to take Chun Yao away? Why am I changing the topic? You're the one who changed the topic, aren't you? Tang Bao denied. Chun Yao's matter isn't important now. What I care more about now is that you show me your marriage certificate. Since you're married, you must have a marriage certificate. Why don't you show it to me? Meng Shi was like a rascal as he kept circling Tang Bao. It gave Tang Bao a headache. She also wanted to throw the marriage certificate in Meng Shi's face and let him see if she was married or not. But the photo on her marriage certificate showed that she was a woman. It was the photo of Meng Shi's first love. Could she take it out? Wouldn't it be more troublesome if she took it out? Meng Shi had been paying attention to the expression on Tang Ji's face. Wasn't that hiding and flickering expression of guilt? He had guessed correctly. Tang Ge wasn't married at all because she wanted to reject him. But was he so easy to get rid of? He actually hadn't figured it out and had been deceived by Tang Ge for so long. All right, if you don't want to show it to me, then don't show it to me. I got it. Tang Bao stared at him in a daze. What do you know? Meng Shi winked at her. He was in a good mood. His attitude was completely different from before he entered the room. It also made Tang Bao confused. What kind of bad ideas was this person thinking? Now that we have nothing to do, why don't we go for tea? Meng Shi was lying on the desk in front of Tang Bao like a little wolf dog. He looked at Tang Bao and asked. His eyes looked like they were about to grow little stars. Can you speak properly? Stand properly. Tang Bao put on a dignified expression. Di Hao Yin had seen the key elements. She couldn't clear her name, even if she jumped into the Yellow River. Meng Shi was in a good mood now. He was willing to listen to whatever Tang Bao said. Then, he really stood properly. Tang Bao was not only well-behaved, but also had a smile on his face. He had goosebumps all over his body. Was this person all right? Do you want to have tea with me or not? No, I don't want to be besieged by your fans. If I really have fans, it's all thanks to you. You should be happy. Last time, they said that I was gay on the internet. If they see me drinking tea with you again, I don't know what they will say. You're my artiste. I can't let you be embroiled in scandals, understand? If there's nothing else, go back and rest. I think you're too free. Tang Bao chased him away again. All right, then I'll leave. I'll come and see you next time. After Meng Shi finished speaking, he left with stars in his eyes. Tang Bao sat in the chair, flustered by the wind. What was this Meng Shi doing? Why did he leave so obediently? Of course, it wasn't that she couldn't bear for him to leave. Moreover, Meng Shi was never so easy to talk to. Was he bewitched? Forget it. What was the point of thinking so much? Was it bad to be obedient? Of course, it was a good thing. Di Hao Yin finished dealing with T's affairs and came out of the clubhouse. He was about to get into the car. Chapter 1085. Di Hao Yin turned around and looked at Mia expressionlessly. Mia took a few steps forward, not daring to get too close. She looked at Di Hao Yin, who was not far away. To her, he was as mighty as a god. Young master, I'm very sorry about what happened that day. I didn't mean to fight with President Tang. I only went there to protect my sister. I didn't mean anything else. Please forgive me, young master. Mia's face really had a pitiful charm. Di Hao Yin looked at her deeply with his dark eyes. With a cold luster, he said, I believe you. He Ju, who was following behind, was slightly stunned. He looked at Di Hao Yin, but didn't show anything. Mia was almost bursting with joy when she heard this. She couldn't hide the happiness on her face. It's my fortune to be trusted by a young master. I'm so happy. After saying that, she looked at Di Hao Yin from time to time. Her gaze was so sharp that it could turn into a small hook that could instantly catch Di Hao Yin in her hands. This way, she could ruthlessly suppress that be asterisk star tango. Di Hao Yin didn't say anything else and prepared to get into the car. Young master. Mia hurriedly called out to Di Hao Yin again. Young master, it's still early. Can we have coffee together? Mia didn't want to miss such a good opportunity, so she boldly suggested a date. Di Hao Yin didn't turn to look at her this time. His side profile was cold as he got into the car. Mia watched the car leave. She was furious, just as she was about to stomp her feet in anger. Di Hao Yin's car slowly came to a stop. Mia felt as if she had seen hope, and her heart leaped with joy. Did Di Hao Yin change his mind? Then Ju got out of the front passenger seat and walked towards Mia. She stopped in front of Mia with a cold expression and handed a piece of paper to Mia. This is the young master's phone number. You can text him if you need anything. Although it wasn't Di Hao Yin who gave it to her personally, it was obvious what it meant. Mia took it happily. I'll contact him. Remember, you can only send messages. You don't need to call. Ju said and turned to leave. Mia didn't understand what was going on, but she didn't care. Texting Di Hao Yin was also a very good thing, and it was romantic. Who would have thought that Di Hao Yin liked to use such a method of communication? Most men did not have such patience. Not to mention the king of the imperial city. Did this mean that she was different in Di Hao Yin's heart? Mia watched Di Hao Yin's car disappear, but she was very happy. This meant that Di Hao Yin still had feelings for her and wanted something to happen between them. She knew it. She was so beautiful and proactive. No man would not be fooled. Tango was just a harman. He could not compare to a woman. After Mia went back, she held her phone excitedly. She was also very nervous and did not know what to send. In the end, she sent, Young master, are you busy? Did I disturb you? I saved the phone number you gave me. I'm really happy. Not long after, he replied, yes. Although it was only one word, Mia did not care. This was progress, wasn't it? Mia, did I disturb you by texting you? Replied, no. Mia, okay, I'm so happy. This time he did not reply. However, Mia was not an ordinary person. She was a little anxious. She felt that she could not wait to become Di Hao Yin's woman immediately. After thinking for a long time, she sent again. Can I call you by your name? Replied, no. Mia, I see. Actually, I like you very much. I don't know why, but I was distracted the first time I saw you. I don't know what's wrong with me. Don't laugh at me. Replied, no. Mia, then how do you feel about me? It's the first time you saw me. Replied, okay. Mia's heart almost stopped when she saw the word okay. Di Hao Yin actually said that about her. She knew it. He looked cold, but in fact, he had long had ideas about her. It was just that because of his noble status, he would not take the initiative. Mia felt more and more that she was wise. Happiness was all fought for by oneself. Wan Malay was working overtime. She had no choice. Yu Yinlian had just gotten married and gone on her honeymoon. She used to be Yu Yinlian's assistant, so now she was basically handling all the work. She would only call Yu Yinlian if there was something she could not solve. However, it seemed that she was handling it well and there were no problems. It was already 8 o'clock, but she was still working. Wan Malay was capable enough to be Yu Lianlian's assistant. She did not just rely on her relationship with the Tang Bao. Otherwise, Yu Lianlian, who had high expectations for her work, would not let her stay by her side. Even if she had a backer, it would be useless. Since Yu Lianlian gave her work when she went on her honeymoon, it showed that Yu Lianlian valued Wan Malay very much. She also had a lot of confidence in her. Hiju appeared silently outside the glass door and looked at Wan Malay, who was facing the computer, for a long time. This was the first time he saw Wan Malay working so seriously. She was very charming and attractive. She did not look idle at all. Hiju raised his hand and knocked on the glass door. Wan Malay looked up and saw Hiju. She was stunned. Hiju pushed the door open and entered. Wan Malay saw the lunchbox in his hand. "You? How did you know I was at the office?" Wan Malay asked embarrassedly. Hiju did not say, "Eat your food." Wan Malay was even more embarrassed. "I forgot to eat. That means I'm not very hungry. If I was really hungry, I would have eaten long ago." Hiju came to the office personally to bring her food. Of course, she was happy. She did not dare to delay and started eating. It's delicious. Thank you." Not only was there food, there was also soup. Hiju saw that she was eating and even brought her water. He was very considerate. However, when he picked up the glass, it was empty. He did not know when she finished drinking the water, but she did not go to pour it. She was so busy. Wan Malay was only focused on eating and did not notice Hiju's expression. She seemed to have just thought of something. "Hiju, you must have eaten, right? What time is it? Why aren't you eating?" Wan Malay then noticed that Hiju's expression was even colder than before. She did not dare to ask and continued eating. Hiju could not be giving her such an expression because she did not eat, right? That can't be. Wan Malay thought uncertainly. After eating, Wan Malay was ready to continue working. However, Hiju sat on the sofa and did not seem to have any intention of leaving. "Hiju, aren't you going back? Let's go together. I still have work. It might be a little late." "I'm fine. I'll wait for you." Chapter 1086. He leaned against the sofa and didn't smile. He didn't read the book next to him, nor did he play with his phone, nor did he watch TV. He was really waiting. "Forget it. It's not important work. I'll do the same tomorrow. Let's get off work," Wan Malay said. Hiju didn't object. He waited for her to finish packing and leave. Wan Malay packed silently. She thought, Hiju didn't do this on purpose, right? Just to make her unable to work so that she could leave early? It was very possible. After all, Hiju was too passionate. After leaving, she naturally didn't go back to Wan Malay's parents' house. Instead, she followed Hiju to his villa area. Ever since she lost her virginity here, Wan Malay hadn't been here, because both of them were busy with work. Now, Wan Malay's heart was beating unsteadily, and she was nervous. She looked at Hiju again. His expression was too normal. It was as natural as returning to his own home. Although the name on the real estate certificate was hers, she still couldn't remain calm in her heart. She was a little timid when it came to relationships. "Go take a shower." Hiju looked back at her and said, "You go first." Hiju glanced at her and didn't force her. He went into the bathroom. Wan Malay heaved a sigh of relief. Why was she more timid than the first time? It wasn't like she hadn't done it before. Wan Malay threw herself on the sofa. Just as she was about to turn on the TV to distract herself, she heard her phone ring. It was a text message. Wan Malay didn't care. Sometimes when a text message rang, it was very likely to be a spam message. However, not long after, it rang again. Wan Malay thought, was someone looking for Hiju for something important? Young Emperor? But the young emperor wouldn't send a text message to Hiju, right? Coincidentally, her phone was on the coffee table. Wan Malay reached out to take a look. The text message jumped out by itself. Then, Wan Malay saw that there was no save number on it. The content was, "Are you asleep? I want to say goodnight to you before I go to bed." The second message was, "I want to dream of you." Wan Malay was shocked. Hiju was having an affair? F***CK. He cheated on her just to get her? Wasn't he a scumbag? She actually met a scumbag? No. Wamale threw his phone on the coffee table, trying to calm himself down. She wondered who the woman was most likely to be. What woman does he Jew have around him? Wasn't he always with Di Hao Yin? Where would he get the chance to come into contact with women? No, there were still a lot of them. For example, the servants in the castle were quite good-looking. Then there were the female tea professionals. They were all elites. He Jew being smitten by a little vixen is very normal. Could it be that he had misunderstood? Is there someone who likes he Jew and is chasing after him? However, judging from his tone, he didn't seem to be in a hurry. Instead, he seemed to have received a response. Would he Jew really betray her? Wan Malay was very conflicted. She didn't dare to believe the truth of this matter. If he Jew really found a woman after she gave him her body, she would bang her head against the wall and die. No, she should believe he Jew. She couldn't doubt he Jew. After all, he was by the young master's side. His character shouldn't be that bad, right? He Jew came out of the shower and saw Wan Malay facing the TV. Go shower. Wan Malay came back to her senses and looked at he Jew. Oh, I'll go shower. Then, she stood up and went to get her pajamas. He didn't pay much attention to he Jew's bare upper body, but she did look embarrassed, and her eyes flickered as if she wanted to escape. He Jew didn't think too much about it. Wan Malay seemed to have just thought of something and said to he Jew, "Your phone rang twice. I don't know who's looking for you." Then, she watched he Jew pick up his phone and look at the content. Wan Malay deliberately dawdled as she walked towards the bathroom. She saw that he Jew not only looked at the text message, but also replied to it. Wan Malay entered the bathroom and closed the door. She was very annoyed. She was still thinking that this might be a misunderstanding. The woman he liked came looking for him, but he Jew ignored her. Then, he Jew was innocent. However, looking at the situation now, not only did he Jew know this woman, but he also replied to her? What the hell? He Jew is a scumbag? He betrayed her? Wan Malay couldn't stay calm. She couldn't believe it. How much courage did it take for her to reach the last step with he Jew? No. He Jew must have replied to the text message to reject it, or to tell the person that he already had someone in his heart. She shouldn't have thought of he Jew as such a bad person. He Jew was good on the outside, but he was good to her too. He even cooked for her, bought clothes for her, and even bought this villa for her, saying that it would be her wedding home. He couldn't have said all these things and still be in an ambiguous relationship with another woman, right? Wan Malay's first thought was that it didn't make sense. This shower was the most uncomfortable one Wan Malay had ever taken. When she walked out of the shower, she saw that he Jew was typing. When he saw Wan Malay enter the room, he put his phone aside. In Wan Malay's eyes, this was a complete sign of guilt. Why did he put his phone aside when he saw her? Wan Malay walked towards the bed and pretended to ask casually, "You still have work to do? I see that you're holding your phone, and you look very busy." "I'm not busy. You're texting? This is the first time I've seen you texting." Wan Malay thought to herself, if you dare to say that it's the second time, then you have to admit that you're texting with someone. Because the first time was with her, who would make you break up and text another woman? However, he Jew didn't continue the topic. "Your hair isn't dry." Wan Malay touched her hair. It really was her hair. But even so, she didn't want to go back to the bathroom to dry her hair. She walked to the window and stood there with the window open. The night breeze blew in slightly, and she prepared to dry her hair. But the anger in her heart couldn't be cooled. He Jew actually lied to her, hid it from her, and even changed the topic. Which woman made he Jew have a change of heart? Wan Malay's heart felt empty, but at the same time, she wanted to believe he Jew. She wanted to tell herself that it was because of work. She couldn't conclude that he Jew had betrayed her just because of this incident. Wan Malay rubbed her long hair and turned around. "I'll go to the bathroom to dry my hair." Wan Malay went to the bathroom to dry her hair. When she walked back into the room, she didn't see he Jew playing with his phone. However, Wan Malay was still flustered. She wasn't in the mood at all, but she couldn't show it. Wan Malay climbed into bed, closed her eyes, and stopped moving. "Are you tired?" he Jew asked. "Yeah," Wan Malay replied. Chapter 10:87. Is there something on your mind? Hee-ju asked after a while. In the darkness, Wan Marai's expression couldn't be seen. She could pretend to be depressed, but her voice didn't sound abnormal. It was also a skill. No, I'm probably tired from work. Go to sleep. He's not going to ask anymore. Wan Malay had hoped that he would continue to ask, but he ended it just like that. Hee-ju, you're a man. She was so angry. After sending the text message, Mia felt very smug. She had deliberately sent the text message to Di Hao-yen at night so that Tang-gu could see it. Then, he would misunderstand and quarrel with Di Hao-yen. Di Hao-yen would be disgusted with him. Then, Di Hao-yen would think of her. He would think that she was considerate and finally abandon Tang-gu. Maybe Di Hao-yen was arguing with Tang-gu right now. It would be best if Tang-gu was beaten up by Di Hao-yen. Mia had a beautiful dream. Yes, Tang Bao was indeed being beaten by Di Hao-yen. He was beaten until he was dizzy on the bed. The sound of the beating was so loud that the sun and the moon lost their light and fell apart. He was on the verge of death. It was a tragic sight. Di Hao-yen, I'm going to die. No, Tang Bao cried. Bao, you're not allowed to refuse. Di Hao-yen's words were so domineering. The next morning, when Wan Malay woke up, Hee-ju was not by her side. She did not sleep well last night. She had a dream that Hee-ju was kidnapped by a shameless vixen. She chased after him and cried. It was so miserable. Even now, she felt uncomfortable even after waking up. She had never felt like this before. She did not feel like this even when she liked Gulinshin. Was it because she had never had Gulinshin, and Hee-ju had already slept with her? Hee-ju must be dreaming about what he thought about during the day. Before she went to bed, she decided not to doubt Hee-ju and to trust his character. Now, she felt sick all over again. Hee-ju brought breakfast into the room and saw Wan Malay clutching his chest with an uncomfortable expression. What's wrong? Where do you feel uncomfortable? Hee-ju stepped forward, put down the breakfast, and pressed his hand directly on Wan Malay's chest. He frowned and listened with a cold and solemn expression. Wan Malay stared at Hee-ju blankly. Hee-ju, don't talk. Wan Malay didn't say anything. Actually, she wanted to ask Hee-ju what he was doing. He didn't seem to be taking advantage of her, so why was he pressing her heart? After a minute, Hee-ju let go of her chest. Your heartbeat is normal. Wan Malay stared at him in shock. Were you checking my heartbeat just now? With your hand? Yes. Wan Malay stared at Hee-ju as if he was looking at a god. What kind of skill was this? He could check for a heart attack with his hand. Are you feeling uncomfortable somewhere else? Hee-ju asked. Wan Malay shook his head. I'm fine. There's nothing uncomfortable. Maybe I had a nightmare last night, so I'm a little nervous. Wan Malay turned to look at the breakfast on the bedside table. It was made by Hee-ju himself. Was there such a man? He was good to you and made breakfast for you. But at the same time, he was seducing other women? He didn't have enough energy, right? Of course. Wan Malay felt that such women definitely existed. They wanted to seduce Hee-ju, but Hee-ju rejected them. So, if Wan Malay didn't hold on to Hee-ju tightly, wouldn't she have to give Hee-ju away? No, she had to fight for her own happiness. Hence, Wan Malay thought about it while eating breakfast. Then he said to Hee-ju, I'm still staying here tonight. What about you? Are you staying in the castle? I'm coming over too. Wan Malay smiled. He could feel the sweetness of the breakfast. Wan Malay didn't work overtime that night. He bought some groceries and went back to the villa. He made some home-cooked dishes and ate alone because Hee-ju wouldn't come back to eat. Wan Malay sat on the sofa and looked for the TV to watch. Then he found the palace drama that Chung-ju acted in and watched it. He felt that Chung-ju's acting was very good. After watching 2 episodes, there was nothing else. Wan Marai changed the channel out of boredom. She didn't find anything that she liked. Then, she took out her phone and looked at the time. It was 8 o'clock. She wondered when Hee-ju would come back. She wanted to chat with Tang Bao, but she gave up on it. Even if she sent a message to Tang Bao now, Tang Bao might not have time to talk to her. This person's nightlife was quite rich, and if she interrupted him, she was afraid that Di Hao-yen would kill her. Wan Malay took a shower and continued to watch TV on the sofa. In fact, she was waiting for Hee-ju to come back. Then, after 10 o'clock, Wan Malay heard the sound of a car downstairs. She immediately stood up and looked out the window. She saw that the car was Heju's. Wan Malay turned and walked out of the room. She walked towards the stairs. The villa had 2 floors. Seeing Heju's figure enter the house, she was about to speak to him when Heju's phone rang. Then, Heju took out his phone and replied. The smile on Wan Malay's face froze. Was he replying to someone else's message? Or was it the woman from last night? Heju keenly sensed that there was someone. He raised his head and saw a figure in the darkness on the 2nd floor. He could not see the expression on the face, but he knew that it was Wan Malay just by looking at the slender figure. Heju walked up the stairs and asked, "Why aren't you asleep yet?" "I couldn't sleep, so I waited for you to come back." Wan Malay tried to make herself look normal. "It's hard to work overtime. Don't stay up late." Wan Malay nodded and turned to go to the room. After getting into bed, Wan Malay heard Heju go into the bathroom. She turned around and saw the phone on the bedside table. She was tempted. Should she take Heju's phone and take a look? But was it a good idea to do this behind his back? Would it be disrespectful to others' privacy? But it was already like this. Why should she care so much? Did she really have to wait until Heju had something to do with another woman before she regretted it? Wan Malay lay on the bed and was no longer sleepy. She stared at her phone and felt very conflicted, uncomfortable. She clearly saw Heju texting on his phone downstairs. He was texting. It couldn't be anything else. She was sure of it. Heju came out of the shower. Wan Malay didn't pick up her phone. She regretted it. Why did she hesitate? Otherwise, she would have seen it by now. "Why aren't you sleeping?" Heju got into bed. "I'm getting ready to sleep." Wan Malay closed her eyes. Heju looked at her and didn't say anything. He lay down beside her. "Heju, are you hiding something from me?" Wan Malay mustered up her courage and opened her eyes. She looked at Heju and asked. Heju looked puzzled. "What is it?" "Like your work. If you have any troubles, you can tell me." "No," Heju said. "Nothing at all. That you're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.